Lost the Philadelphia Flyers. Okay. You lose some, you win some. You don't want to win the President's Trophy anyway and get that curse, so that's fine. Inter Miami. They got the best team this side of the globe, basically. And, 2-2 the other day, CONCACAF Cup. They came down from 2-0, 2-2. Suarez doing his thing. Lionel Messi doing his thing. You're actually leading that because you go 2-2 on a tie. That is the first leg of an aggregate, and that was on the road. So technically you have more road goals. So Inter Miami, totally fine. Miami Hurricanes baseball team, it's going to be okay. They won yesterday. Number 13, Virginia, 6-5. The weekend series continues today and tomorrow. Everything's going to be okay. Miami Hurricanes basketball team. No, I can't say that. No, not okay. Not okay. Not okay. See if they can turn things around. Maybe get hot, win the ACC tournament. 5 games in a row. They have their final game of the season coming up in just a couple of hours against Florida State. Not okay. The hangover that I'm nursing, Vlad, not okay. Not okay. Man, Duffy's implantation last night doing my DJ thing. I had a designated
driver. That was fun?
I had a designated driver too, man. Woo!
Oh, good for you.
It was wild, man. Duffy's implantation. Oh, by the way, you're invited automatically. I'll be DJing there St. Patrick's Day. I mean,
Oh, that's a Monday.
No, that's a Sunday, baby.
Oh, that's a wow. Wait a minute. Hold on, Playboy. Hold on. I think my mic was hot.
Got excited.
Yeah, next Sunday,
we're on the air.
We are on the air. Are we on the air?
1:45, and then straight to Duffy's implantation.
I'm stuck, bro.
Oh,
I'm effed. I got to do Inter.
I'll be there all day. Just come on by when you're done.
Now I got to come by because it's the first weekend of the tournament.
Ooh, even
more. No, I'm sorry. Is it gonna be the first weekend?
It's definitely the first. That's usually the first.
No, it's not. No, it's not because it's next weekend. It's the conference championship.
It's still good. Good.
Which is kind of weird.
It used to be St. Patrick's Day. You go to the parade, then you go watch basketball all day.
Wait a minute. So if next week's what's today? The 9th, right? So next week's the 16th. The tournament's beginning on the 23rd.
Goodness. Yep. That's the way it's going to be.
That's nasty work.
But not you get some ACC championship. Maybe the Hurricanes have something to play for. I don't know.
Oh, they got to win every game. But I'll definitely swing by next Sunday. You at Duffy's.
That's going to be hot. So I'm there every day, man. Last night, good time. So I'm there Thursday, Friday, and then next week, Sunday, for a little bit of St. Patrick's Day party. But everything's okay. Look, the Heat, there's going to be ebbs and flows in the season. We know it's all about the postseason. They're even saying that, like Caleb Martin saying, it's time of the season where you're hurt, but you just keep playing. They're looking forward to the postseason. Patty Mills, he's on the team now. Does it excite you? We'll see.
I will tell you this. The one person that's scaring me on this team in a good way, if you're a Heat fan, is Scary Terry.
Yeah, he's coming.
He's becoming that Terry Rozier from Boston that was just an headache. A guy who can get his own points, and when he gets going, he's a flamethrower. And he's also passing the ball very well. He's finding his teammates. The Heat are obviously, you know where my affiliation is with, but I will say this Heat team is looking very, very good.
Yeah, I have no complaints right now. Terry Rozier is looking like the Terry Rozier we thought we traded for, which we expected. He came straight out.
Yeah, it's going to take you some time to get familiar with a new team and winning again, especially if you've been playing for that dismal organization, Charlotte. So, but what I've seen from him ever since he came back from the injury is that he's comfortable. He's finding his rhythm. And once again, Kuzin, why is it that the team plays well when a certain someone's not in the team, not on the court?
Tyler Hero, get healthy? Maybe. I don't know. Also, Duncan Robinson is another sign that, you might want to look forward to the postseason because he is having a renaissance of a season. Maybe his best season yet. I'm going to say his best season yet because I'm partial to now and not the past. But, man, this year he has been great. He's multifaceted. He's shooting the three well. He's driving. He's dunking, like literally dunking the ball. I'm telling you, that's a sign right there. Jimmy, he's going to flip the switch when he needs to. He doesn't feel the need to flip the switch yet. I don't want to hear all this. I think the teams have figured him out. They know to double team him at the end and not let him out. Yeah, that's hogwash, as they say. Jimmy's fine. This team's fine. Bam's fine. Tyler Hero, get healthy, Vlad. Do we need Tyler Hero? Do we want Tyler Hero? I'll tell you this. If another thing happens, if the postseason of last year happens again this year without Tyler Hero, he's good as gone. There's
No, I think it's over. I think the Tyler Hero run is over for in Miami, bro. I think when he does get back, hopefully he has to find a way. He has to find a way because it's just ridiculous the way this team plays well when he's not on the court.
Yeah, well, they've lost the past 2 games though, and of course,
Okay, but
Oklahoma City,
you lost 2 games against 2 really good teams.
Well, Luka Doncic.
And you lost a game on the road, 2 games on the road.
True.
Against 2 MVP candidates, 2 out of top 3
I mean,
MVP
Luka
candidates.
Doncic is the MVP if his team were any better, but they keep losing games.
I mean, that was tough. But here's the thing, though. You were leading in both games. You just didn't finish. And the Heat, one thing I know about the Heat and Eric Spoelstra, they will figure out a way to finish and close games out. And once they do, yeah, it's going to get frightening out here.
And another thing, too, you don't have to worry about Oklahoma City unless you get to the NBA Finals.
Well, you don't have to worry about Dallas unless you get to the NBA Finals. But
don't have to worry about the Nuggets.
But the fact of the matter is, you want to see how you do against the best in the league. And if I'm going by those 2 games on the road and back-to-back nights, the Heat they had leads in the fourth quarter. They could have won these games. They could have won the games. Obviously, the MVP candidates
take you to that next level.
Figured out a way to get their team over the hump. But if I'm not, listen, if I was a Heat fan, yeah, you're upset with the 2 losses, but I'm not upset with the way they played. Like,
it's not the end of the world.
You could lose, and if you feel like you played well and lost, the team was just a little bit better, I can accept that. I can eat that. I think the Heat can eat very well. And doing the game last night, Spoelstra was not upset with these 2 games. He actually was more. Spo's the only one, I tell you this. Spo's the only one that can make a loss seem like it was a good loss.
He one time said you don't want to have a lot of success in
this
league.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
What are you talking? He goes, success hurts you in this league. I was like, what are you talking about?
That's baby Patagon Riley right there. He was doing, baby Riley stuff.
I think he kind of got caught up in the air, to be honest with you.
But listening to his comments last night, he said he's not gonna be bent out of shape by this loss. He's like, nah, we're gonna head to Miami. We've been on we're going to go to Miami. We're going to get ready for Washington, but I'm not upset with the way they lost. We just got to get better in finishing games. And he was right. He was absolutely right. Got to do better in the third quarter because OKC came out in that third quarter and just took it to them.
Honestly, OKC had a formula. Let's go out there. We're not playing that well. Give the ball to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the rest was history right there. He is a superstar. He should be, if not one of the leading candidates for the MVP. He was everything as advertised yesterday. I've been impressed with him most of his career. At first, he started a little slow getting used to the league, but since then, he has been absolutely great. OKC, everyone, much maligned for the moves they made years ago with the Paul George and everything. And, what are those draft picks going to do? Turned out pretty well for him. Turned out pretty well for him. But the Miami Heat, right where you want to be. They're not worried about anything. That comes with experience. Spoelstra knows there's going to be wins. There's going to be losses. Look, the Celtics the other night got beat by D Wade. D Wade came in the house, man. Started dunking all over the place.
You talking about Dean Wade?
Dean Wade. It's true, though. It was D Wade. D Wade was
that was funny. You got, Strus. No, Strus didn't play.
Strus didn't play either. Look,
Strus
Cleveland has like nobody playing, and they're still winning.
Knicks neither.
Do we believe in them? Do we believe in the Cavs?
I don't believe in the Cavs.
I'm still starting to, man. When you got a guy like Dean Wade on the team.
Oh, Jesus.
But I mean, Donovan Mitchell, maybe he gets healthy, maybe he doesn't. Max Strus having a great year. We thought goodbye, have fun, averaging 6 points a game with Cavs. A little bit in that, nonetheless.
Quick sidebar, guys. I know you're listening to this great show, but my alma mater is on CBS right now at home. I can't believe CBS is in Boca.
Well, it's easy, man. CBS, Boca. We got Florida Atlantic, Memphis. Just beginning the game right now. Beautiful. Florida Atlantic.
I love it. It's a proud moment.
Proud moment as an owl right there. Proud moment for South Florida. Absolutely wonderful. National game. Florida Atlantic and Memphis. Let's get some headlines real quick. The Heat, they did lose 107-100 to the Thunder last night. Jaime Jaquez Jr. led the team with 25 points. The team will host the Wizards tomorrow at 6. That should be an easy win. Are you worried, Vlad, at all? They hit 100 points last night. Still, once again, not really scoring a lot of points, but
no, I'm not worried because here's the thing: they held one of the highest scoring teams to about under their average as well.
and that's playoff basketball. You're going to have more games like 107,
100. And it's the second night of a doubleheader, back-to-back
on the road.
Not a doubleheader, but a back-to-back on the road against a really good team. I was more shocked that they scored very well in the first quarter. Third quarter, they couldn't get a bucket at all. They could not get a bucket at all.
And this is the thing. We're going to hear from Jimmy Butler in just a little bit. They like playing in the mud. They like it dirty and nasty, and that's what it's going to be like in the playoffs. This team is just built for the playoffs. Get your wins, have your highs, have your lows.
I don't want to say that they're built for the playoffs because you had to be healthy in order for me to see you're built for the playoffs. If you're going by the last 6-7 games because they've had the same lineup those last 6-7 games, yes, that team right there is good.
Caleb Martin started to come around.
Caleb's starting to come around. Caleb, I know he's had up and down season, but he looks like you said he's going to be the guy in the playoffs. That's going to be Caleb Martin, make his money because he's a free agent, so he's going to have to play well to try to get some money during the summer. And also, I also believe you didn't have Kevin Love,
right? And Tyler Hero, Kevin Love didn't make the trip.
You didn't have Kevin Love.
He's going to be fine for the playoffs.
Listen. More and more I say that Terry Rozier trade is going to be very good. And if Patty Mills is giving you this in his first game, if Patty Mills, I know you're shaking your head, dog. I don't care what anybody says. He was 13 points yesterday.
Dude, I hate to say this, and I said this the other day. In my mind, Patty Mills is forever like 23. Like they said, 35-year-old veteran. I was like, no, he's like a rookie with the Spurs. And then I remembered it's been a long time since Patty Mills came in the league. But I mean, if Patty Mills can give you something similar to what he gave you last night, you better look out. You and I both, Vlad, expected Terry Rozier to be Terry Rozier, and that's what it's starting to look like.
He's starting to look like Scary Terry. And shout out to Duncan, like you said. Listen, that man for a good while was getting lambasted
and rightfully so,
and ridiculed, and rightfully so. But if you go from April of 2023 to March 9th, rest in peace, Big, March 9th, 2024, Dunk has been a dog. Like, he's been playing really some of the best basketball of his career. No longer, he's a dual threat. He can put the ball on the floor now. He's going in the lane, getting layups, and his outside shooting is ridiculous. Like, he was hitting them, especially against Dallas in that first quarter. Dunk's playing. You got guys that can score. Dunk's been in the battles. A lot of these guys have been in the battle. They are playoff. The mindset is playoff ready. Now let's just see how healthy they can be going into the playoffs. Because if they're a healthy team going to the playoffs, man, I can't wait for these NBA playoffs because even though there are dominant teams and teams look good, but Celtics can be beat. Milwaukee can be beat.
76ers, the Pelicans ran over them last night.
Yeah, that was nasty. You were up by 31. And they almost lost by, and they still covered. Philly still covered.
They had no answer for Zion Williamson, by the way.
Well, yeah, when he's in shape. Knicks hopefully get healthy. Indiana's going to be tough. Orlando, surprisingly, you shake your head but Orlando's surprisingly a good team.
Not scared.
All right. And you don't have to be scared, but just know that they can win, though. I don't think anybody's afraid of anyone in either conferences going into the playoffs. There's certain teams that don't want to play certain teams.
Yeah, Denver is tough, man.
Denver is tough, but I also saw Denver get smacked.
You're going to lose some games in the season.
But, okay, I've seen them win games and I've seen them lose games. Like, nobody's afraid. This is not like the mid-2010s when it was the Warriors and the Cavs and you just knew they were going to lose. If Denver plays their game, yes, Denver is the best team. But if Boston plays their game, they can be the team. It's going to be – everything's up for grabs. I can't wait. I can't wait for April.
It's going to be great. Xavier Howard says the door has closed for him to return to the Dolphins following being cut by the team days ago. That's it. Holding out hope that maybe, he'd take a pay cut and come back to the team. Xavier Howard says, nah. And then,
Xavier's like, forget that.
And then he and what's his name? Jalen Ramsey kind of took a little shot at Vic Fangio, saying Xavier Howard wasn't exactly used correctly. I don't know if that was really a shot at Fangio, or if that's just trying to get Xavier Howard paid, we'll see, man. But yeah, it doesn't look like Xavier Howard is going to be back with the team next year. Hurricanes transfer quarterback Cam Ward. You got to like this, lad. He took all 18 offensive linemen to Fufu de Chow, all you can eat Brazilian steakhouse in South Beach the other day.
Damn, that NIL money's good, man.
They said he signed like $1 million, $1.5 million NIL deal. So I think he's all right. He's all right. I wonder how much Fufu de Chow costs. Just for we can look
a lot of chow. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no Brazilian steakhouse is cheap, but goodness gracious, South Beach.
Dude, Brazilian steak.
All you can eat.
Any South American steak is good.
Yes. Brazilian steakhouse, man, you leave in so much pain, man. It's crazy.
Because you ate.
You got it. It's better to be in pain and leave than not be in pain and want more. And it's just terrible. Canes basketball team, they are now mired in an 8-game losing streak after falling to Boston College 67-57 the other night. They close out the regular season today, 4 o'clock at Florida State. Now is the time.
Tough year.
Now is the time.
Tough year, bro.
Vlad, now is the time. You got to start winning.
Well, clearly. I mean, if you're trying to make the tournament. Somebody asked a question the other day. Hey, if the Canes win every game in the tournament, you think they're going to make the tournament? Hey, guys, do you know if they win anybody that wins their conference tournament is an automatic bid?
You can lose every single game in the season, but
absolutely, that's what I tell you. Yeah, you can go 0-16 in your conference, but if you win the tournament, you're in.
I don't care the odds. I'm taking the field though, Vlad. Sorry, man. Sorry.
So apparently, somebody from the 772 said that Fogo de Chao, it's about $100 a plate, not including drinks.
That's not bad.
That's nice. That's good.
Not bad. South Beach, nothing. Maybe you want to go to Fogo de Chao?
Do we look like spring breakers?
I got you, man.
No,
I don't want to go down for spring break. That's gonna keep me out of South Beach and maybe Wynwood the next couple of weeks. Yeah, it's gonna keep me out. I got to keep that in mind. Thank you.
You know what's gonna happen, right? The kids are gonna find another destination, and that another destination is gonna be popping. And then soon, when the market, there's not enough money in South Florida. Yeah.
The way that Miami Beach treats spring breakers is appalling. When I first moved down here, I was like, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Listen, I get it. They don't want to say it because they probably don't want to be considered racial, but there's a certain type of group of people they don't want to be there. But yet the sad part about it is that's the group of people that got the money to spend all the crazy for all those ridiculous prices that you charge, and they want to have a good time.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I went down to spring break in South Beach, I was like, ooh. And I got there and I was a little surprised.
What? How mild or how crazy it was?
No, I mean, just the type of people that were down in South Beach.
It's a whole bunch of people, bro.
Yeah. But I thought it was going to be like a bunch of drunk sorority girls going crazy. It wasn't too much of that.
Oh, now what? It was the hood?
Yeah, it's pretty hood.
It was pretty, yeah. They got money too.
But the cool thing is, if you stay off, and this is it's too crazy in South Beach. If you stay off of like Washington, Lincoln, Collins.
So you want them to stay away from all the hot spots?
Yeah, but if you go to your normal bars, like if I go to Lost Weekend or the Deuce or even like Abbey Road Brewing, it's not even spring break there. So if you go to your regular bars, it's not a big deal.
No, it's just
when you go to the main drags. That's
right. But that's the thing. Those main spots want them, and they could charge them, and these people are going to spend whatever. And the fact of the matter is what? Yeah, guess what? Charge them $100 of parking. They'll pay it.
They do. Yeah.
They will. Like, you're not going to stop people from having fun.
No. I don't know. No.
You're not.
Canes baseball team defeated number 13 Virginia 6-5 yesterday. Game 2 of the series is today at 6. Then game 3 tomorrow at 1. I'm going to talk about one of these breaks that we have over the next 2 days, Vlad. The Marlins will allow flags, drums, and musical instruments in the crowd, similar to the World Baseball Classic this coming season. They are also said to be in talks with J.D. Martinez. Miami continues spring training baseball today at 6 o'clock against the Nationals. Just got back from Arizona. Let me tell you, Vlad, the contingent of fans in spring training in Arizona, way bigger than what I've seen down here in South Florida. There is people everywhere for spring training in Arizona. Here, I never see anybody. Of course, I'm not up in Jupiter. Don't get me wrong, but you would think some people would trickle down to check out Miami Beach and South Beach.
Nah, the
Not at all.
Midwest love that. I was about to curse. The Midwest love to go down to Arizona, because that's a lot of the Cub fans, a lot
A
of
lot
the
of
team.
Cubs. The Angels. I was in the Angels Hotel in Tempe.
Yeah, a lot of the West Coast teams.
A lot of Dodgers fans.
Oh yeah, it's nothing but Dodgers. Dodgers
no,
left.
no New Yorkers. Everyone complaining about that.
Well, we're not going to Arizona when the team's in Florida.
I know, but I'm just saying, being in Arizona was kind of refreshing for a little while, man.
Wow.
Dodger fans instead of Yankees fans. It was cool.
They're just as annoying.
Really? They were a lot nicer, I thought.
No, they're annoying.
I talked to waitresses and waiters.
Doyers. They don't even say Dodgers, right? It's Doyers.
I talked to a lot of waiters and waitress and service industry. They had an opinion on Dodger fans as opposed to Yankees fans. But, that's just one of those.
Well,
things.
they hate. They always will be little brother. You all are little brother.
Inter Miami played to a 2-2 draw on the road against Nashville SC Thursday night in leg 1 of CONCACAF Champions Cup. They play the second leg this coming Wednesday at 8:15 at Chase Stadium. But before that, they got an MLS game against Montreal tomorrow, 5 o'clock. That is going to be on our sisterhood of radio stations here at Odyssey. We might have Phil Shane on tomorrow. We'll see.
Can't wait. Love Phil.
I know. He's camping right now, so we'll see. Panthers traded conditional 2024 fourth-round pick and a 2025 third-round pick to Ottawa for all-star forward Vladimir Tarasenko. They also traded for the Sabres captain Kyle Okposo. They sent Buffalo AHL defenseman Kalle Sejlin and a 7th-round pick. The Cats fell to the Flyers, though, 2-1. They face Calgary today at 4. Man.
Flyers got their number, bro.
They do, yeah. It's been 2-1, and they got him in the last 30 seconds, man. It was killing me, man. I was out at Duffy's Implantation doing some partying, and I was like, oh, man. That's okay. Hey, look, once again, we don't want the President's Trophy. We don't want that curse. It's okay to lose some games. I like how the Panthers, for a box of hockey pucks, basically got 2 guys that were really good. Really good.
They got my namesake.
That's it, man. Tarasenko, really? For a conditional 2024 4th-round pick?
And they got to pay the money, too. That's the best part.
Yeah, the thing is, Ottawa's paying like half his salary. Like, how does that happen? Okay, we're going to talk about these Panthers moves, if they make you excited, if they make you scared. Some people say don't mess with it if it ain't broke. Some people say you just got to keep better. This is the chance. Go all in. We'll see. FAU's basketball team, Vladimir's Owls, national TV, CBS against Memphis, losing 20-17. 11 minutes in the first, though. We're good to go. We're fine. I know you're excited about this one. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, Netflix, July 20th. Supposedly it's free if you're a Netflix subscriber. I'm excited. Don't say it. You know how I feel about Jake Paul.
You love him?
How I feel about Jake Paul.
Want him you want his ass beat, don't you?
Or you love him? I don't want his ass beat.
I
love Mike Tyson too. I love them both.
Well, first of all, I'm always going for Brooklyn. And
I love them both, but to say like
I don't want to
175 years old.
There's just a lot of craziness with that. Look, you got me. Am I going to be? It's July 20th. What are we doing July 20th? Nothing.
That and it's free on Netflix. I have a legal Netflix account.
We're not doing anything July 20th. What are we watching? Summer League basketball, some BS like that.
Duffy's Implantation.
Okay, cool. I hope somebody has a Netflix account in Duffy's.
Trust me, they got everything.
They trust me. Second of all, what is he? 58. And what? 240 pounds.
He's gonna train up, man. He's gonna.
And then Jake is what? What's Jake? 30. Nah, he's like what? 29, 30,
somewhere around there.
And he's like 198 pounds soaking wet.
Still to watch it is gonna be awesome. I don't know who to cheer for.
See, here's the craziness. If Mike, did you see Mike train for
that whack
Roy Jones?
The whack ass fight that he had with Roy
That
Jones?
wasn't whack. Y'all think it was whack? No, Roy Jones was pissing blood, bro, for a week. He wasn't the same. Mike, they had to sedate Mike. Mike was gonna go for the head. They said no. So Mike he just battered the midsection. He's gonna try to knock out Jake Paul.
Absolutely. Mike Tyson's always trying to knock you out.
If he hits Jake Paul, we may not see Jake Paul again. There's just certain guys I just don't mess with, even at their age. But do I really want to see a 58-year-old Mike Tyson with sciatic fighting? No.
We'll see. I'm gonna watch, definitely. I'm
gonna watch. It's free.
Speaking of fights, Vlad, today, UFC 299 taking place in
MIA
305. So you die. Main event. Man, I'm so torn, man. Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Sugar Sean.
Marlon Vera. You got Irish American versus an Ecuadorian. I mean, I'm Irish American, but I have so many Ecuadorian friends. Feel as though I don't know who to cheer for. I'm torn. Although Sugar Sean O'Malley's fun to watch.
Well, your girl's not Ecuadorian, so
No.
all right, then you're good now.
But I got a lot of friends throughout my life. A lot of Ecuadorians have helped me out.
So
I wonder if any Ecuadorians are cheering for Sean O'Malley.
I have a lot of Mexican friends, but when De La Hoya fought Tito Trinidad, I was rooting for Tito.
All right, Sean O'Malley, I got you. You're my guy. Lady Hurricanes fell to Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament 55-47. They await to see if they receive any postseason invites. That was a tough one.
Wait, they still can get? I thought they weren't they under suspension or something like that?
Oh yeah, that's right. They can't go to the postseason
They
because of
can't.
the Cavender twins, and because Katie Meyer basically just said someone wants to talk to you. Maybe it was John Ruiz, and she walked away. She gets in trouble. The team gets in trouble. It's like, oh man. Oh well. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. Ah, yes. Boa, a Canadian Chihuahua influencer, apparently travels the world making appearances and owns 75 designer pieces of clothing. Telling you, Vlad, that Chihuahua lives a better life than me.
Definitely does. That's nasty work.
Hey, man. Do what you got to do, I guess. I don't know. Tyreek Hill. Are we starting to get tired of him?
Uh-oh.
We're going to find that out next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. That's the way Tyreek Hill is. He's loud on the field. He's loud off the field. He never stops. Last offseason, slapped a guy that was helping out on a boat. Apparently, they got into some type of altercation. He paid some money. Okay, that's enough. He's had some other issues in the past, but I'm just talking about here in Miami. He apparently tackled some influencer the other year ago or something in her backyard doing a football exhibit and broke her leg, and now she's suing him. Okay, his house catches on fire. It's not his fault, but still, okay. He asked his wife to divorce him, but then said that he didn't. Okay. We're going to keep being like, oh, okay. As long as Tyreek Hill produces on the field, almost had a 2,000-yard season. Injury kind of slowed him down on that, and also kind of the end of the year. We're going to keep forgiving everything and saying, okay, as long as you're good on the field. But man, Vlad, I start to be like, every time I see his name in the news, I'm like, oh, goodness. Well, our dude Channing Crowder, he has his Pivot podcast. Tyreek Hill spoke about he and Tua's relationship, and he actually kind of talked about his ex a little bit too. And some Dolphins fans aren't that happy with what Tyreek Hill has said.
One thing that our quarterback, he gonna add, you know what I'm saying, Tua, because with Pat, we all had a relationship with Pat. Like, we all hang out, we all, do stuff outside of football. And in Miami, we're still building that. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't got to that yet. But I'm telling you, this year it's gonna get to that. Cause we done had some battles in there, you know what I'm saying, already, but it ain't been a battle where it's like we can have a conversation, but then we can come back the next play and be like, hey, bro, I think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? It's been, nah, and then I'll talk to you later, you know what I'm saying, or the next week. And we don't need that. It need to be like, look, bro, we need to do this, yada, yada, yada. You need to get open. I need to be better. And then we need to come back and then talk about it, not have grudges against each other, because we all trying to win.
That's the best.
We all trying to win, man. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have them tough conversations, you know what I'm saying, is needed, I feel like, bro. Because that got us better when Pat did it. Yeah. It made me want to kick his ass, but it made me want to get better, man.
That's something I don't mind at all. I know some Dolphins fans are upset, keep it in the house. He's just trying to get better, it sounds like. Vlad, do you think that maybe he was taking a little shot? Maybe he was saying this, or maybe I thought he was just kind of trying to motivate his teammates in Tua. I have no problem with what Tyreek Hill said right there, although some people are saying you keep it in the house, you don't bring up Patrick Mahomes. I think he was in line. I actually kind of like the comments, to be honest with you. He's letting Tua know we got to do this. And it said they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
In season 3?
They're going to do it. They're going through some battles. 3? Yeah.
I
mean, it's fuel for the fire.
No.
People that don't like Tua, that's fuel for the fire.
Let's take it from the beginning, man. When Tyreek was traded to Miami, he spoke highly, almost to the point where he was it seemed like he was speaking too much glowingly for Tua over Pat, when Tua had not done anything that Pat has accomplished to that point.
Yes.
Tua's given Tyreek his 2 best years as a player. Kansas City Chiefs has won 2 Super Bowls without Tyreek.
Yeah, since Tyreek's been gone, they've won Super Bowls.
They did. Without Tyreek, the Chiefs have probably gotten more popular.
Mm-hmm.
When you see that, the money's great, you're living in South Florida, but as a competitor, you play the game to win. And even though you won your 1 Super Bowl and you lost a Super Bowl, you've been to 2 Super Bowls, but to see the team that you were with drafted you go to 4 out of the last 5 or 6 Super Bowls and won 3 of them, you're going to look at things. And then now you got to look at things in a certain way, because now you're a vet. Like, you're a vet, but not only you're a vet, you're the star vet. You're a superstar vet. Top 3 in your position, maybe top 5 players in the game. When you see that and you notice, hey, my prime isn't that long. I probably got another 2-3 years like this. I want to win. I want to win because I'm seeing my friends winning. And then when you're looking at your current girl, and then you look at your ex was a dime, but your current girl might be a 7 or an 8. Yeah, you're going to be upset. And here's the other thing. You low-key know your ex needs a player like you.
Obviously not.
No, but if you went back,
let's call it.
No.
What it is.
But if they had a player like you, they would even be more dominant. They would be back.
The
I mean,
result
they're
is-
dominant. Don't get me. They are the team who they are. But if they had a legitimate number one receiver, we would all be crapping in our pants. Like, who's gonna beat them?
I'm still crapping in my pants.
That's
who's
why
gonna
I'm
beat
afraid
them.
of this draft, because this is a great wide receiver draft. If they get a young wide receiver to go with to pair up with Patrick for the next 5-10 years, it's Rap City for us. For any fan of an NFL team.
Well, let's not forget Kansas City had a really good defense that everyone kind of
Okay,
overlooked.
well, you go with that, but what were they known for before this season? They was always known for their offense. And when they let Tyreek go, they traded Tyreek. They didn't let Tyreek go. They traded Tyreek.
Well, that's
And they've won 2 Super Bowls without him. And Tyreek knows, like, you look at the team. Put it this way: this current Dolphins team future is not as bright as the Chiefs' future is.
Obviously.
And that's because they got 15 in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, he wants to build a relationship, which is weird to me because you've been here for 2 seasons now.
See what I think Tyreek Hill did when he came in gushing and glowing over Tua Tagovailoa. He knew that he had a wounded bird. He knew he needed a boost of confidence.
That's Mike McDaniel's job. I don't need Tyreek to do
You
that.
get a guy like Tyreek as a team leader. You come in there. He knows, Tua hears it from Tyreek, a premier receiver in this league. I know quarterbacks. I know receiving. I know this guy is great. Build him up, build him up, build him up. Now that he's built up and he's starting to reach his potential, it's time to say, all right, now you need to do this. Now we need to do this. Now, so there's been a shift in the way that he deals with Tua, from being let's build you up to a now let's make you better. You're built up. Let's make you better. I think that's what he's doing right there. I don't think he's throwing any shade at Tua. In fact, he actually said he wanted to whoop Patrick Mahomes, for the way he acted. But he says it's going to happen. It will happen. I think he's just being a good teammate right there. And I don't think, keeping it in the house, I don't think that's something that needs to be in the house. It's something that everybody understands. So I don't really feel like I'm tired, at least Tyreek Hill, doing that. Some of the other stuff, lad, that can be questionable, man. You hate to hear people suing because of him tackling a woman in her leg and the fights.
Yeah, what's he doing, man? What's she thinking
I'm
of?
sure his wife was very happy about that.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's been a lot.
The divorce thing was weird.
Yeah, I think this is what we're getting to, the point where a lot of the stories off the field is not going to be laughed about anymore, because it's all right. It's put up or shut up time. And he's put up.
He's put up.
He's definitely put up.
We can only put up with so much.
Well, you only can put up if the output is worth it. And the output is worth it, but if you're not winning, it's like,
That's the thing. You don't get the same pass doing great and not winning as you do doing great and winning. If you win a playoff game or two and you had the season that he had, you know what? Trouble just seems to find him. You have a great season and you don't win playoff games, it starts to be like, I don't know. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Tyreek Hill, though, keep having great seasons. I think he's building Tua up. I expect big things from this team this coming season, but we'll have to wait and see. Up next, going to get into what I like, Vlad and I, things we liked over pretty much the past week. Haven't seen him in a while. I've been in Arizona. Got a good story from Arizona. Well, I got a lot of good stories from Arizona. We're going to do all that next here on 560 WQAM. Oh, yeah, Vlad on the turntables, mixing it up on the ones and twos. Much, much, much love. Right now, we're going to get into what I like. But before that, got a trade in the NFL. Deerfield Beach's own, no, not Lamar Jackson, but Jerry Jeudy has been traded. He is going to the Browns from the Broncos for 2 draft picks. So there's some big news right there in the NFL. Speaking of weapons, we were talking about Tyreek Hill, a weapon. Jerry Jeudy, also a very good weapon. Kind of been underused, it seems like, at least to me, in Denver. Going to get a chance with the Browns, who we know, they find ways with their quarterbacks. Joe Flacco says he wants to stay in Cleveland. You like that, Vlad?
Nah, you don't want that if you're Deshaun Watson. That's a quarterback controversy.
Oh, anytime you throw an interception, people start calling. Okay, what I like, I just got back from Arizona, Vlad, and I really need to make an apology on air. So
what's that for?
It's not okay. First of all, it's nothing crazy. It was just me being an idiot.
That happens all the time.
I'm getting on the plane from Fort Lauderdale, and I was a little nervous. My nerves were a little rattled because, number one, I don't travel very well. And also, sometimes, that TSA line can be a little something, but, everything's all good, a little rattled. Listen to this, Vlad. I get onto the plane, direct flight, Fort Lauderdale to Phoenix. And one of our great listeners, as I'm walking down the aisle, goes, "Dan Day, hell yeah." My response, "You going to Phoenix?"
Why did you say that?
I wasn't thinking, dude. Like, he's on a plane to Phoenix. Like, where else would he be going?
Wait, I don't know. Was that a straight flight?
It was a direct flight.
Oh, okay, yeah, then
direct flight, Miami, Phoenix. He said, "Hell yeah, Dan Day." I go, "You going to Phoenix?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Let's go." Like, I was hoping he'd go to the bathroom later. I'd be like, "Yo, dude, that was stupid."
Wait, time out. Hold on. Hey, yo, why would you hoping that he's going to the bathroom?
Because he'd walk by me on the way down there, and I'd be like, "Yo, man, appreciate it." Really stupid of me. Maybe give him some of the stuff I had in my bag. Like, sorry about that. No, so that was really dumb of me. I just wasn't thinking like, "Yo, you going to Phoenix?" Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Let's go."
Okay.
Not a smart move. But yeah,
that's cool.
Like,
it's good.
Well, while I was gone, there's a lot that you and I like going on in the sports world. Inter Miami staying hot. One guy that we got in the offseason, Luis Suarez, he got himself a goal that equalized the other night against Nashville SC.
Yes, he did. Wait, why is he not playing?
Could be me.
Yeah, I don't think you put the goal, bro.
I did not put the goal in there.
Nope.
I'll go in there doing the break. Well, Suarez.
I see what happened. You didn't put it right.
What's right?
You left a lot of dead air.
Good job by me.
Swiveling into the penalty area. Sunderland.
That's a big one. Suarez it's his 3rd goal in just 2 games after we whooped up on Orlando City. That one felt good. 5-0 the other day. 2-2 against Nashville SC. That's the first leg of their aggregate and CONCACAF Cup. That means we have a 1-goal technically lead on them because we have 2 road goals and they have 2 home goals. If there were to be a tie coming up this coming Wednesday, Inter Miami would win on home goals as long as they score less than 2. If it's a 0-0.
I think I'm going to go to that game.
That's going to be a fun one right there, man. CONCACAF Champions Cup. Let's go.
Round of 16. I'm going to do that.
Saw something in the NBA the other day that
what you see?
You don't see very often. You don't hear it very often either. We love Anthony Edwards on the court. Kind of like a Tyreek Hill situation. Kind of Tyreek Hill situation. On the court, love him. Off the court, hey, he does his own thing, man. I can't condone some of the things he says and does. Nonetheless, he did something absolutely Ant-Man-like the other night.
Edwards hit the second. Pacers have a chance. Up ahead, Neesmith. Edwards getting up. Good night.
What you don't hear there is Ant-Man not only gets a game-saving block after having a great 4th quarter, but he also fell face first on the court. Why did he fall face first on the court, lad?
His damn head hit the rim.
His head
gave himself
hit
a concussion.
The rim. He was so high up, his head hit the rim.
Top 5 blocks I've ever seen in an NBA game. It's just in the bottom. It's going to be 5 because the other 4 I've seen were in playoff and more important games.
Yeah. And this is a man who's
But
all of
dude.
what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Nah, he's like 6. Wait, let's look at Edwards.
Officially.
I think he's like 6'5", 6'6".
What's he officially or unofficially though?
No, he's a legitimate. Whatever he says, he's legitimately that.
He looks like
6'4",
okay,
with a 6'9" wingspan.
What a player, man! What a player!
He's it, man. To me, he could be the best American player in the near future.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's from Canada. That's right.
Yeah,
so that would be the difference right there. But both Oklahoma City and Minnesota back and forth.
I like to see them. I would like
spot.
to see these guys go against each other in the playoffs because
fun teams to watch too.
And they talk trash to each other. Both SGA and Ant. They talk trash to each other.
And watch out for the Pelicans too. Currently in the 5 seed.
Always anywhere he can. Any chance he can, he's going to mention Pelicans.
I always try to mention Jimmy Butler too. Jimmy Butler mentioning that, you know what? Muck it up.
I think we play much better whenever the games are close. I'm not saying that that's the way that we want these games to go, whether they're at home or away. But I feel like whenever, we get in the so-called mud, we get stops, we score whenever we need to. And I feel like that's how playoff basketball is played majority of the times. But more than anything, I'm glad that we won on our home floor.
I like that's just Jimmy being Jimmy. Finally,
yeah, Jimmy. That was like a week ago. I don't want to hear about that.
No, well,
the last 2 games you lost. How about that? You didn't mud it up then.
Ooh, he didn't score at the end of that Dallas Mavericks game either. A lot of people
you didn't mud it up.
That.
That's a good win in at home against who they played at home. Detroit.
Get
out of here, man.
118-110, baby.
Get out my face with
that. That's Jimmy saying this. Look, okay, it's no secret anymore. We like to muck it up. We like to make it ugly. We like to play in the mud, and that's okay because when you get to the playoffs, that's the way it's going to be. Don't pay too much attention to that. We'd like to surprise you a little more in the playoffs. But yeah, Jimmy's just saying, look, this is the way it's going to be, and wait till the playoffs. I like it. Muddy up the games. It's not like watching Ant-Man hit his head on the rim, but if it gets it done. Whoa, okay. Michael Malone. We like Michael Malone. Look, I don't care what you say about Michael Malone. Vlad's losing his mind a little bit.
Oh, you saw that, right? The lights were flickering.
No, they weren't. What are we talking about, Vlad?
Get out of here. The lights were flickering.
You're losing your mind.
The lights were flickering, bro.
I'm just trying to mess with you.
Yeah.
Whenever something crazy happens, that's your new thing. Act like nothing happened. Like, what are you talking about?
Nah, crazy, bro. Dude. Like we're not acting like we're not on the on Twitch or YouTube right now. And they're not seeing that the lights flicked out on me.
Okay, Michael Malone. Okay, whether Denver beat us in the finals,
I don't know how I feel about him.
I like him, dude. He got trashed. Well, I mean, everybody gets trashed now at the championship parade, but he showed up like a thug with the OG chain on. He was drunk, singing, yelling. The other night, Denver got a big win against the Celtics. The Celtics kind of slumping right now, although, I mean, how can you slump? They have a really good record.
How's it slumping when they just had an 11-game winning streak?
They lost to D-Wade and the Cleveland Cavaliers without Max Strus.
Okay.
D-Wade, without Max Strus and without Donovan Mitchell. They lost to Denver the other night. It was in Denver, but apparently there was some trash talking going on back and forth. And you know what? At the end of the game, after the win, Michael Malone, he kind of just threw some more shade.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, no, it was another playoff atmosphere for sure. As we talk pregame, you gotta give the Celtic fans credit. They always come out strong. But you know what we say, right? They can take that L on the way out, baby.
See, that's a story of Queens in him, man.
Take that L on the way out, baby.
But you know what? I like that when he talks trash because guess what? When he gets beat, he's gonna have to eat that.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the thing. I mean, that's how he's always been. That's his swag.
That's
so
fine.
It's cool. It's cool, but sometimes it's cool when it's natural.
Yeah, he was. And I mean, it's also a lot easier to talk trash. You got Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron, all the whole team, out there. Yeah, but yeah, I liked it. I liked it nonetheless. One more thing we liked, one of the great personalities and great players in the NFL recently, Jason Kelce announced his retirement.
So this all brings us here to today, where I announce that I am retiring. Where I announce I'm retiring from the NFL after 13 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles. And today, I must admit, I am officially overrated, vastly overrated.
I love Jason Kelce, but I don't want to see grown men cry. Bro.
I like it when the big man cries.
I don't like
it.
it.
Crying, Vlad. Let out a little tear for me now.
Nah, you know what? No, just text. Hey, I'm retired. I don't need to see you like before you started talking. Like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
he's got a soft heart.
Are you ready to retire? Yes, then retire. If you're not ready, don't be. I don't want to see you all emotional and everything like
It's
that.
weird. It's
Like
weird.
it was like, dude, you're a grown man who gets hit all the time by other grown men and have gone through so many injuries and everything like that. But yeah, I don't want to see you blubbering and crying like
It is weird to see grown men cry, especially big, strong, burly, bear grown men.
telling me about, ooh, I love the smell of the grass. That's beautiful. You know what? Write that on IG. Pen that.
Put
Pen
that
that.
on X.com.
I don't need to see you for 40 minutes. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Well, geez, we already knew you were retiring.
Yeah, I know. A whole lot of dancing from a guy that seems like he's pretty straightforward.
Like, just say it. I'm not saying
that post career. That's what he's doing.
well, we already know what the post career. He's gonna be on some network on some pregame show next year. It's cool. I'm not knocking. I know it's emotional, but if you're gonna be that emotional, it's easy to pen. Just pen it. Pen it so nobody got to see your tears or anything like that. I don't care about the human interest story all the time,
It
bro.
was weird, man. It was weird. Nonetheless, we liked it. Up next, gonna tell you a little bit about my Arizona trip and get you caught up with everything happening in the sports world. Florida Atlantic at halftime right now. I think they're up by 1 on Memphis. It's a very close game.
No, it's a 7-point game.
Man, FAU on a run, huh?
42-35.
42-35. Arkansas, Alabama also 42-36. Very close games. That and more next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
Marlins going to continue spring training up in Jupiter, Florida. Later on today, 6 o'clock, they'll be playing the Nationals. I bring that up, lad, because I was in the Valley of the Sun last week. That's why we weren't on, hitting up some Phoenix and Sedona. And let me tell you, spring training fans were out in full force. It seemed like everywhere I went, there was fans everywhere, rocking and rolling and going and cheering and wearing their gear. You and I aren't making it up to Jupiter, though. We already discussed this. There's no need. We're just going to wait till the regular season and go check them out at the Depot Park.
I'm doing Jupiter.
Don't need to see my team spring training, but it is a nice getaway. If you're from like Minnesota or Wisconsin or somewhere else,
Whatever.
You got to be a hardcore fan to go to spring training.
I'm not doing it.
It's got to be about the trip more than actually going.
If I had kids, maybe.
Oh, man.
Maybe it's a time, you bring the little ones, hey, we're going to Orlando. I'll bring your ass to spring training.
I guess. I don't know.
No.
I'd rather just go and have fun.
I'd rather watch the real games.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot more economical and a lot closer for you and I. So, of course, we're going to do that. But you've been to Phoenix. You've been to the Valley.
Love Phoenix. Love Scottsdale, Glendale, Surprise, what's that? Mesa, Aurora, all of them.
Cool,
Tempe.
man.
Love Tempe. Love it. Scottsdale's my favorite, though.
Scottsdale's cool. I couldn't even keep track of where I was, man. I was just all over the place, man. But it's a weird thing, man. So I got there first thing. Of course, I got there late, and I had to go find a dive bar because they were supposed to have food. I went to some place called Gracie's Tax Bar, and it was awesome, man. Hipster Central. They didn't have food, though, so I went to bed drunk instead of...
Well, you're a hipster.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. I mean, that's why it attracted me. Ran around all over the place, climbed some mountains. Man, that mountain climbing is it's cool, man. Whatever. But it's funny. Whenever you're in the Valley of the Sun, you know that a lot of the people are there to do hiking and outdoor activities. You wake up at like 6:37 in the morning and you're like, oh, beat everybody out there. And you can already hear people like above you and like in the hotel, like getting ready. You're like, God, man, vacation. Ran around though with Sedona. I mean, Phoenix is cool. Phoenix is really cool. I don't know how hardcore of a sports city they are. It didn't seem like there was a ton of love for the Suns or the Coyotes. And
Phoenix is weird. The Coyote situation, they had to rent the arena.
Yeah,
and they had to move the arena to a different location, and it's like a limited capacity. It's like 8,000 people can go to the hockey game out there. What else is going on? Obviously, the D-backs.
I drove by the Diamondbacks where they play.
The Diamondbacks,
they're downtown.
No, the downtown's great because the Diamondbacks and the Phoenix arena is like right across each other.
Yes.
And they got some great bars down there.
Yeah, they got Dan Marley's bar. I drove right by Dan Marley's bar
down there.
I remember one time Dan Marley was on fire in the NBA Finals, and they showed his bar, and then I just happened to drive by. I was like, "Oh, that bar is still there! Look at that, Dan
Good
Marley."
job. All right, Marley 9. That's good job. Still keeping your business open.
That's crazy. Yeah,
most bars owned by athletes, they go under the table pretty quick.
And it's in the heart of downtown. So,
dude, it's right there. Like literally, I forgot the name of the arena of Phoenix, but whatever the arena the Suns play is like literally you just cross the street and you're at the ballpark at the Diamondbacks play.
Yeah.
So great bars and everything. It's great. Glendale, that's where the Cardinals play. That's like 40 minutes away.
I saw it from a mountain.
It looks like it's
a big toaster.
It's either a big toaster or a big alien plane.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, aliens are out there, so it's
big alien plane. I think what's that called? Is it State Farm Stadium or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
But Phoenix is fun. Phoenix is fun and great. Listen, great college now.
Oh, Arizona State is representing
great
there. Didn't see a lot of Arizona, but a whole lot of Arizona State, man. But yeah, no, great hipster culture, great food culture, good people, nice times. There were some drug addicts running around,
Well, The Rock was also in Phoenix last weekend.
Yeah, we were hanging out.
It must be. And he said he had good news to tell the people of Phoenix and Glendale that Phoenix is the #1 city in America for the most cocaine and meth use.
It's believable.
So, mi cousin, you were in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see a lot of meth users and cocaine users?
Yeah, I saw a lot. I mean, definitely meth. I don't know about cocaine, but dude, I stay in the shadier parts of town. So I came out one day to go to climb a mountain at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and some homeless looking dude was dancing on the sidewalk. I'm like, oh, he's having his time. Went out in the mountain for about 7 hours, came back, he's same spot dancing. I said, "Oh, Lord."
Really? Did he change his attire?
No, there was no change. So
Wow.
me being naive to the meth ways, I asked the hotel attendant at the Egyptian hotel, which had a live bar. That was weird. Nonetheless, I said, "Has he been dancing this whole time?" She goes, "He's living his best life." I was like, "Good for him." Not
Right.
really good for him. No, actually, no. But yeah, they had a live like stage for live music at my hotel, but it was weird. They started playing at like 7:45 and they had to stop playing at 8:30. So it was like a quick 45-minute set because you can't be playing music late at a hotel.
No.
It was weird. And Sedona was cool. My only problem with Sedona, it is a sleepy town. Like all the restaurants and bars and breweries close at 8 or 9 o'clock on the weekends, even. So, like,
Wow.
it's the weirdest situation because you'd think one person like you or I, entrepreneurial, would have the one bar or restaurant that stays open late and just gets everybody. Because everybody gets up early, they go up on the mountains, they climb, they hike, they spend the whole day 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock climbing. You go back home, you shower. By the time you shower, maybe drink a couple drinks or do whatever else you do in the Southwest. It's pretty much like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So every restaurant that's like closed at 8 or 9 is just packed full of people. The big people are waiting to get in. Weird, man. I don't like those sleepy towns, but Sedona was cool. It's beautiful. Very nice, man. Very good. Then I ended up at a place in Tempe. I went to Four Peaks Brewery, and there was a lot of spring. I want to call them spring breakers. They're not spring breakers. They're spring training fans. But Four Peaks Brewery was absolutely fantastic. Voodoo Donuts is right around the corner in Tempe. And then I closed out at a legendary dive bar called the
Dan Day closed out a legendary dive bar.
Yeah. I went to a place called the Dirty Verde. It's called Palo Verde Lounge. And it's a legendary dive bar. Let me tell you, this is what the dive bar is. I walk in and I see $2 birthday. I'm like, whatever. Sit down. I'm like, yeah, let me get a PBR. The guy's like, some Montana beer. It's the birthday beer today. It's $2. So I was like, let's go. So I start drinking $2 Montana beers, whatever they are. And then I see there's just a bottle at the bar that has a piece of paper like I'm holding up to you right now. And it says $3 on it. I said, how about the $3 shots? And he's like, oh, it's nasty, man. It's like a peach vodka. It's only $3, but you get what you pay for. I said, yeah, that sounds like my type of deal. So I started taking some of the $3 shots. The bottle's running low. So then he comes up. He's like, man, I can't let you go down like this. I'm going to drink one with you. That wasn't him trying to be solidarity. He knew I was going to finish that bottle. He wanted to get some of them shots, man. So we took a couple shots. People I was with ordering food. When I say food, chips, nuts. There was not a kitchen. So, I mean, I drank a bunch of these $2 beers, a couple of these $3 shots, ordered some chips and whatever. Into the night, closing out. It's cash only, by the way. So I had to go to the ATM. I pulled out a bunch of money because it's the end of the trip. I didn't have any money. He goes, make it nice and easy on you. $9.
So you got wasted on for $9?
I mean, yeah. But I tipped accordingly because, yeah, I mean,
So you tipped him $1?
yeah, I tipped him. I mean, I tipped him $5.
Whoa.
No.
Heavy hitter here.
No. But he was smart. Like all smart bartenders, I can either charge you $35 and get a $5 tip, or I can charge you $9
And get a $25.
and get a $25 tip. Smart move. I already had the money out anyway, like whatever. So win-win. Great, man. Gotta love that dive bar culture. Gotta figure out that Montana beer. Tasted like water. Really. It was a divey bar, man. It was divey.
Montana beer tastes like water.
Well, this certain Montana beer. Let's look it up.
What's it called? Helena?
Manana. Montana beer. It's got to be the first one that pops up. Yep, that's it right there. Montucky. It's called Montucky with a horse on it. Doesn't tell you the percentage. I looked all over. I drank a bunch of them. Kind of felt bad. I kept being like, yo, let me get another. And they were in the freezer. They weren't even out like in the cooler. So you had to keep going to the back.
At least you know you got cold beer.
It was cold beer, man. Fresh beer.
Maybe that's the reason why it tasted watery.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was pretty feeling it. Those $3 shots too, man. Really wasn't. You can take anything down if you got a beer with you, man. Like, they act like I'm some type of high class. You get what you pay for. Good. But yeah, man, really, really cool. Arizona's very, very cool. Weather, very nice. I relate it to this. It is the South Florida for Californians. You know how like all New Yorkers come down here to South Florida? All Californians go to Arizona like that. That's what I relate it to.
I don't know about that.
Okay, maybe I could be wrong, but it's very similar in a lot of ways, except there's no beach. and we don't have
I
mountains.
don't know about that. Because I'm trying to figure out, because most Californians go to Vegas.
That's where I'm going later this year. Apparently, I've been roped into Vegas and Hawaii, Vlad. Not either or. No, not either. No.
Wait, you rope men means somebody's bringing you or taking you?
No. I'm paying.
Oh,
brother.
so you're paying to take someone.
No. I'm paying for myself.
Oh, okay. Well, then cool.
Woo. Dude, I brought an envelope full of cash, and I was like, no way.
Why, it was all spent?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, the last night I had to go to the ATM because it was cash only, which I love. So I usually have cash. I'd spent all my cash.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Vegans spend a lot of money on trips.
There's a lot of vegan options in Phoenix. I will say that, man. Whoo. This place called The Parlor in Coronado. If you're listening in Phoenix right now, whoo.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening in Phoenix right before you go to the Celtics Suns games tonight, go to the places that Dan Day mentioned.
Gracie's Tax Bar was awesome, man.
Go to Gracie's Tax Bar.
It's not too far. And Marley, did you go to Marley's?
I went to Marley's. Yeah, I have family that lives there, but
man, your family?
Yeah, I have family that lives in Phoenix.
Dang, that's crazy. Man.
Actually, in Surprise. That's why it was weird, because like where he lives, the complex is like, wait a minute, why does the arrow say Rangers Ballpark spring training facility over here? Why does it say Kansas City Royals over there? I'm like, every team. I was like, wow, all these teams are really playing spring training baseball in this complex. And it's like 6-7 teams. I'm like, this complex must be ridiculously huge.
I saw a bunch of different fields,
because there's a lot of players, you know what I'm saying, that for spring training teams, you got to split teams sometimes so that they can play games. So that's Arizona is definitely a great place to visit. The weather's great.
A lot of bachelorette parties in Phoenix.
I can understand.
Yeah, because they hike during the day.
And there's some beautiful women.
Oh,
and I think that's like the Midwest go-to spot. Like people in the Midwest, they don't want to go south and like go southeast. They go to Arizona, where they're still in the like southwest.
Before I went there, you and maybe Trevor that works here at the radio station, the only two people I've ever known that have been to Phoenix, much less. I got family there. Goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Phoenix was always, when living in LA, Phoenix was always a go-to spot.
That's where people from LA and California go. It's like the South Florida of the Southwest. New Yorkers.
I'm trying to figure it out. All right.
California. So I talked to servers, and servers told me, they're like, yeah, we have a lot of Californians that, snowbird here and do stuff like that. And I said,
snowbird, what?
Or you know what I mean? Like they come down. That's like their vacation getaway spot. That's what they told me. They said they loved it. They said more Californians, the better. I was like, man, California people are cool, man. They're cool. We don't have that problem here.
They all right. But I'm glad you had fun out there, man.
Yeah, man. Getting into some trouble. I'm trying to think if anything else wild happened to me while I was there. Anyway, if it comes up, it comes up.
You would know if something wild happened to you, bro.
I mean, a lot of things happened to me, man. Like, I got to keep up with it all. I mean, just last night at Duffy's Implantation, a whole bunch of wild stuff happened. I was telling you off the air, which we're not going to talk about on the air, but, it was crazy, man. It's always a wild night there. It's the 2-for-1 drinks, Vlad.
Oh.
At Duffy's Implantation. You'll see when you come St. Patrick's Day. Come on by. I got you. I always got you there, though. Come on by.
I'm there next Sunday after the Miami game.
Yeah, buddy. The Heat lost 107-100 to the Thunder last night. Jaime Jaquez Jr. led the way with 25 points. The Wizards are in town tomorrow at 6 o'clock for a Sunday game.
Jordan Poole's going to put on a show.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Wizards are terrible.
Kyle Kuzma, come on, man. They're in Miami. They're going to put on a performance for all the baddies out there. And it's a 6 o'clock game. And it's spring breakers out here.
I was going to say, are you talking about on South Beach or on the basketball court they're going to be showing out?
Oh, they're going to be showing out on the court. They're going to lose, but they're going to show out.
Okay.
Oh, when I say they're going to show out, I didn't mean that they were going to show out and the Wizards were going to win. Hell no. They're going to show out because there's baddies. Let me tell you this, man. There's certain cities, players are going to show out a little bit more than they usually do.
New York.
New York's one of them.
L.A.
L.A.'s another one.
Miami.
Absolutely.
Where else?
Houston.
You think?
And Atlanta.
Atlanta just because of the strip clubs?
Just because there's beautiful ladies in these markets. There's beautiful ladies everywhere, but they're just they stand out a little bit more in these markets. Yeah. LA, where there's a Clipper or Laker game. Houston, you go there. Atlanta, you go there. Obviously, Miami and New York.
Yeah.
Like they're
I mean, Houston and Atlanta
because of
kind
the nightlife, because of the social scene there. Think about it. If you're Washington, they won last night. So think about this, right? They won last night, snapped their losing streak. They're pitiful. What do you do if you win? And the first trip you're heading to is Miami.
Oh, you're celebrating.
You're celebrating. It's 88 degrees out there. They outside. They're outside tonight.
So they you don't ball out extra in Chicago or Cleveland,
Cold.
Minnesota.
I ain't balling out of Cleveland. You crazy? I'm trying to get the hell out of Cleveland. Minnesota.
Dallas?
Cold. Dallas, you ball out. I forgot about Dallas. Dallas, you'll definitely ball out.
I think you're expanding this list a little too
No.
far.
You're balling out in Dallas. You're definitely balling out.
New York, LA, Miami is your main ball out spots.
Atlanta as well, and Houston and Dallas. Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
Because Beyonce's singing country music at halftime?
No, because there's thick girls that comes to those games that yeah.
Oh, see, I'm different, man. I'd be balling out in places like Portland. Where else would I be balling
Nobody
out?
want to see intangibles.
I mean, hipsters.
Nobody want to see intangibles. We want to see cakes.
What did I see at the gym the other day? A girl had a shirt that said, "Thick thighs, thin patience."
Hey man, thick thighs save lives.
Thin patience. Thick thighs, thin patience.
Clearly, we see that you have thin patience if you got thick thighs, but you couldn't patiently wait not to eat. But still,
I really do want to ask you a question right now. But in the
those are the cities
staying on course. Let's go ahead.
Those are the cities. Those are the cities that people are gonna ball out. So I expect Jordan Poole. I expect Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma to ball out tomorrow.
Jordan Poole's got that pretty skin too, man. So he's catching some eyes. Speaking of catching some, Florida Atlantic up 57-48 on a Memphis team that does not know what.
You talking about a guy's complexion?
Yeah. Cafe Mocha, baby.
Hey, yo.
Okay, Florida Atlantic is winning right now, 57-48 over Memphis with about 12 minutes left to go. That midcourt, they were flashing a Duffy sign. That caught my attention real quick. I was like, 2 for 1 drinks? Where? Love Duffy's, man. It's awesome last night. Okay, nonetheless, we're really sidetracked, man.
No, we were talking about headlines. Wizards Heat tomorrow night, 6 p.m. I'm just saying that the Wizards coming off a 1-game winning streak. Off the first win in a long time, they're going to definitely enjoy themselves in South Florida tonight.
Vlad, I think I'm going to take you to Fogo de Chao, all-you-can-eat Brazilian steakhouse in South Beach.
You'll pay $100?
That's $100. No big deal.
All right. Well,
the used quarterback, Cam Ward, took 18 offensive linemen there the other night. That's $180 times. It's not $180. It's $1,800.
It's $1,800
plus tax, plus tip.
You're looking at a $3,500 meal.
That's why Cam Ward's our guy. Quarterback.
Until they're not protecting him.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I bring you to a place and I'm buying you $100 plate, you better protect my ass.
First of all, eat up. Don't you be sitting there.
You better protect me. Like, even if a fly hits my shoulder, you swipe that fly, you protect me.
That's why Cam Ward's so good, and he will be so good. Canes basketball team, 8-game losing streak. They fell to Boston College 67-57 the other night. They're going to close out the regular season today at 4 against Florida State.
Hey, don't lose to the rival, man.
Yeah, no.
Can't lose to the op. You can't lose to the op.
Go into that ACC tournament at least on a win, feeling good. Maybe make some noise. We'll see. Canes baseball team defeated number 13 Virginia 6-5 yesterday. Game 2 of the series today at 6 o'clock. Inter Miami. They have got an MLS game tomorrow that is going to be against Montreal.
Is Messi going to play?
That is going to be at Chase Stadium. I think Messi plays every game now after the debacle that happened in Hong Kong.
Wait, Chase Stadium?
That's the new name of Inter Miami's stadium.
Oh, it's no longer Drive Pink?
No longer Drive Pink. It is Chase Stadium.
Like the bank?
Chase Bank, JP Morgan Chase. But they won't put JP Morgan Chase. They just said Chase Stadium. But
so don't you think there should be Chase ATMs all around the stadium?
Probably so. Going to cost you a lot because tickets have like tripled since the team started.
Nah, don't worry, it'll be back to normal next season.
I know. I can't wait, Vlad. Next year,
2025.
We might have play-by-play announcer Phil Shane on tomorrow, so hopefully we can get some clarity on everything that's happening with Inter Miami. Of course, Thomas Rongen, that is our dude. I'll interview Thomas on or off the air. Like, just talking to that guy is awesome, man. He's an awesome color commentator, but an even better. He even had a movie made about him. I got to get that movie. It's a fascinating character. If you've ever heard him on the show, we always get messages. We need to have this guy on every day, all the time. He's always welcome. Nonetheless, the Cats
Play tonight, this
they lost to the
afternoon.
Flyers, man. They just can't beat the Flyers. They can beat
Flyers-
everybody else.
Flyers got them. Flyers got
their number.
Yeah, what it is with the Flyers.
They muck it up.
Just like Jimmy mentioned earlier, that's the only way they can survive is by mucking it up.
Yep.
Like if they can't play a tough, physical, low-scoring game, they're done. And it's gonna be very interesting to see if that Flyers team, which has been playing like this, throughout the second half of the season, they're gonna be healthy and capable in the playoffs to keep this up. But I tell you this, I if I'm the Panthers, I don't want to face them.
Yep, that's one of the teams. That's one team. Panthers ain't scared of nobody. But if I had,
that's the wild card team. That's the wild card team. I don't want to play.
I don't want to be the 1 versus 8 in that situation. Let's go ahead. Somebody else take care of that business.
They got a great coach. I like him.
And they've basically been fighting for their lives all season long.
Right.
So they're used to it.
Especially the second half of the year. Yeah.
That's why you always see like a wild card team or a team that barely makes it in the playoffs, makes a run in the playoffs because they're that's their form. That's what they're used to. Nonetheless, today, Calgary Flames, 4:00. Maybe we get some Kachuk on Kachuk action. I'm sure they were drunk as hell the other night at the elbow room.
No, Mommy's telling them. Mommy told them they can't fight.
They don't fight. They never fight.
They can't fight.
UFC 299, that is going to be a fight tonight.
Yes, Sugar Sean.
Sugar Sean. I don't know why I say Sugar Shane. Sugar Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera. Should be a very interesting and fun fight. Speaking of interesting and fun, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. A bride in Louisiana passed out just seconds after saying "I do."
Was that your cousin?
Probably so. Yeah, we're all related down there. But anyway, think about this: like, if you're the man,
wait a minute, she back. Yo, that's messed up. That's messed up. She's saying "I do" because she's like,
yeah. How do you feel if you're the dude? Like, I do. Bow. Is it like accounts?
Do you really want? Do you really want to do this? Is there something you're not telling? You would like to tell me that happened? Like this is. We're in front of everybody here. We're in front of the Lord.
See, I'm thinking he's kind of a buster, and he's like, it counts. She said, I do. She said, I do.
She said, I do, and I fainted. It doesn't matter.
She's probably like, oh, God.
It's audio record. No. Here's the thing, Ma. You could have just stopped the wedding.
You don't say I do.
You don't have to say I do. You could have stopped the wedding. It'd have been nasty, but, don't do that.
I'd rather you run out me before the I do than after. Because afterwards, it just gets nasty. Nonetheless, I had a very nice trip to Arizona. Some fans at the Miami Dolphins Kansas City playoff game did not have such a nice trip that very, very cold night. We're going to discuss that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
I was hustling from they called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money.
There was a time, Vlad, just a couple of months ago where we thought, wow, the Dolphins have to play in this cold weather, wind chill minus 27 in Kansas City. It's a wild card game. We thought it was fun. It's freezing. Andy Reid's got boogers or whatever that was hanging off of his mustache. Taylor Swift is swerving and dancing and having a good time. Guys are out there with their shirts off. It was fun. It was games. Thought it was cool. Well, it wasn't so cool for some people because apparently in Kansas City, Missouri, they're still having a little bit of fallout from that game. Multiple people have had toes and feet and toes and fingers amputated because of frostbite, leading the NFL to look into possibly having to change locations or times and days for playoff games if the weather is too extreme. First of all, whoa.
That's a tough one, Dan, because look, I don't want to knock them because what they're suffering, what's happened to them is bad, but you didn't really have to go to the game.
Remember we talked about it?
You don't really have to go to the game. Like, come on.
There was a time that I talked about it. I was like, Vlad, if I can get a ticket for like $30, I'll go. Now I'm reading this. I'm like,
yeah, 30. But yeah, no, keep your eyes at home. Put the furnace on. Keep your ass warm and watch the game. The game's always going to be there.
Man,
the game's always going to be there. I don't know. Just to say no. Was it really worth it? I mean, thank God Kansas City won the Super Bowl. But what if you were a Dolphin fan, you got your toes amputated?
Yeah, and of course you see all the pictures of people with their shirts off and everything like that, and it's just like
that's
I'm
stupid.
Guessing it's extreme cases of people that just didn't take the right precautions, wear gloves, wear extra socks, wear extra layers.
My
of clothing.
guy, when the weather reaches a certain point, they tell you that you've only had 3 minutes of skin where it's like you could be bare before frostbite will set in. So
you should blame the Dolphins. If they would have just taken care of business at the end of the season, they'd be at home and
I blame if anybody that was a Dolphin fan got has frostbites, then yes, I blame the Dolphins. Other than that, I blame the NFL. The NFL knows better.
So is this a thing now? Like, should the NFL actively go forward?
Didn't they move the Buffalo game because of the snow?
They move games because of weather. It's not unprecedented.
You should move. You should be like, it's not like, I don't care. Oh, I know this is.
They earned that right.
No. It's not even an earn. I know football's machismo and everything like that, but even being, a man, nah, dude, if it's minus 20 degrees, their asses don't need to be on the field.
Right. And I don't
especially when your ass is in a warm suit, like a warm suite, and they're on the no. I don't care what anybody says. No.
I think in any extreme weather, there should be some precautions made. If there's too much snow, if there's a hurricane, the NFL and most sports will call the game off for the safety of the fans and the safety of the players. If it's negative 15 degrees or if it's 180 degrees outside, I think the NFL or any league should step in and say, all right, look, enough is enough. I know it's interesting. I know we're tough. I know that you've earned the right to play at home and in your weather.
Like, who cares?
But enough is enough.
Your FTV, like, I don't care about the networks and the studio. Like, I don't care for other people who are not going through the same experiences that these players are going through. So if you're a commentator, you're still in a booth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still in a booth where it's warm, where they could, turn the temperature up. Those players are not. Those coaches are not.
Here's what complicates it. There was an 11-day cold snap. Now, if it's just a day or two, the other thing is, can you wait and maybe move it to a day game to where it's a little bit warmer? Like, I don't understand. I mean, the Dolphins are still going to be cold. The Dolphins still would have lost that game in any weather. Nonetheless, like the NFL, like, I just don't. I know people are soft nowadays and this and that. But in extreme weather, we've been known to call games for blizzards and hurricanes, and let's do it. Like, I mean, I don't understand it. And they say, well, they would never call if it's really hot here in Miami. No, if it was extremely hot or if there was a hurricane, I also think the NFL should look into something like that.
See,
and say, whoa,
what's funny with the NFL? Oh, there's lightning. Oh, we got to put their asses in the back. Yeah. So for
negative 27 wind chill.
nah, they can play.
Well, not only should we play in this weather, we should make it prime time, put it on a Peacock, and show Taylor Swift. Like, they made it a spectacle.
Like, who thinks that, like, they got this craziness in their head? Oh, people are gonna love this. People are gonna love seeing snow and the cold and the breath from the players when they breathe. No, they don't. No, nobody's that. Nobody. Stop trying to paint a picture that nobody's trying to look at.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things. I don't think and to me, it didn't add much to the game. If I was a player, it definitely did not make me want it as a fan. It scares me now, Vlad, because like I said, I thought it was silly. Like, oh, I'd buy a $30 ticket if I lived in Kansas City and had nothing to do.
Nah.
Now
bro.
look at this. It's like, dude, no.
Yeah, fam.
No.
Fam. It's just, you know what? To quote Tobin and Leroy, I'm old. And the old, we don't like cold.
Nobody likes cold.
No.
That's why all you New Yorkers come down here to South Florida. Be honest. Be honest. Thank you.
You know? So no, I don't like the cold. The cold, no. Why would you want to play in that? I think the family should sue the NFL. Even though it's a choice. It's still a choice. But you know what? They need to do something so that the NFL can actually take a look at it. So I can see Goodell's dumbass say, hey, you know what? We're gonna take more of a look at these at some of the weather so that we may be able to help not only the fans, help the fans. Like, think about that, Dan. It was an 8 o'clock kickoff for the Chiefs and Dolphins. I think it's in Missouri, so it's probably a 1 hour difference. So 7 p.m. But the game ended at it's a 3.5 hour game. So the game ended at 10:30, and then you got to move. Nah, bro. These people should not have been on the road at 11:30 p.m. or 11:30 Central or 12 or midnight Central, getting back home from a game with the weather being the way it was.
And that's my thing. Okay, I'm all for not being soft, and people are soft nowadays, but still, that's an extreme circumstance. Like, I think, okay, let's go ahead. Let's move the game to a daytime, or let's try to maybe move the game to the middle of the week when maybe it was a little bit warmer. Look at some weather patterns. And like I said, same thing. If the weather were down here in South Florida and it was going to be 125 degrees, why play the game in the middle of the day? Let's move it to the night, or let's do something to make it a little better for the fans and the players. It's not totally crazy. Like you said, lightning, hurricanes, blizzards. We move games all the time. Seriously, man, you lose a finger or a toe or anything like that.
Right, and that's the other thing. He's playing. Come on, man.
Because you went to a playoff game and you got drunk and you didn't wear enough coverage. That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, you don't care about anybody.
It sucks.
And you know, it's not like Goodell's sitting his ass in the stands with the fans. No, he's in a suite.
Yeah,
all warm.
And but the thing is, the NFL didn't just play the game; they put a spotlight on the game and sold it. That was the thing too.
Oh, Taylor.
It was tailor-made for Taylor Swift. Cold game at night in Kansas.
Yeah, we know
City,
we're wrong
on Peacock.
We know we're wrong, and we know we're wrong, and people might get frostbitten. Who cares? We got Taylor. The little girls will love her. Nobody's gonna care about
Peacock, that. Even Peacock, most streamed event of all time.
Yes, and then now
now look.
Yeah, but it's not like this is an A block story. This is like, broomed under the rug. You know what I mean?
Under the rug, yeah.
So therefore, because what's gonna happen next week? Once Monday starts and free agency kicks in, nobody's gonna remember about somebody that lost a piglet.
Nope, nobody cares. They say shouldn't have been there.
All right, man, it's your choice. You should have bundled up.
What? Oh man, I can't even think. What if like Tua or Patrick Mahomes would have lost a finger because of this nobody? Then we'd have had a story, but we didn't. Oh well. Up next, we're gonna keep it a buck here on 560 WQAM.
Plus, you can use the rewind feature and listen to anything you missed. Hurry.
Yeah.
Keep it a buck time. We're Vlad and I just keep it real 100 with you. Truths. That's all we're all about. Truth. Real truth. I'm not jinxing it at all because I feel this. Florida Atlantic going to beat Memphis. They're up 79-69 with 3:45 left. I'm telling you right now, Florida Atlantic Owls, keeping it a buck, they're going to win this game on national TV.
I mean, it's only 4 minutes left.
That's what I'm saying. And some people say, you're jinxing it. I think I'll be all right. Nonetheless, keeping it a buck. Also want to keep it a buck. This UFC 299 tonight at the Kaseya Center, already a success. Remember one point, Dana White, very, very hesitant to ever bring UFC back to Miami because ticket sales weren't that good. Oh, well, we sold the place out. So kudos to UFC fans.
Hey, Spring Breakers.
And Miamians and just everybody. In general.
Listen, who's in.
Mhm.
So there's a event happening tonight.
Yes.
At the Kaseya Center in Miami. There's going to be celebrities. There's going to be fighters. People are going to want to enjoy themselves after the fight, right?
Yeah.
So where will they be heading down to?
Mama tried.
What location? There's a certain location. They'll be heading down to South Beach.
Of course.
So how are the law enforcement going to stop people trying to party after UFC and Spring Breakers at the same time?
It's going to be a mess down there. I'm not going. Count me out. I just don't want the headache. I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to go back to jail. What do you want? That's keeping it a buck. Vlad, what are you keeping a buck?
Keeping it a buck. There is a player on the Miami Heat that's scaring me right now.
Scaring you in a good way or a bad way?
Well, in a bad way because I think he's going to help the team.
Oh, is he scary?
He's very frightening. He's scary Terry. Yes.
Scary
yeah.
Terry.
No. I like the way he's playing with the team right now. It feels like he found his footing, and they look different. Like there's a little swag that they're walking around with. And Jimmy's already in playoff Jimmy mode. So keep it a buck. Heat are scaring the crap out of me. And I think they should be putting fear a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference.
You should also be a little scared, Vlad. You guys cannot seem to get healthy, that New York Knicks team right there. They're a good team, but they just cannot seem to get healthy. And this is not the time of the year to be unhealthy.
We'll be all right.
You be all right?
We'll be all right.
Keep it a buck.
Brunson came back yesterday.
I want to keep it a buck. The show 24.
Which one?
Baseball.
Oh.
They released their ratings for players this coming season.
Okay.
2K4.
Shohei Ohtani's about a 99.
Yeah, and the show. I'm more worried about our Miami Marlins.
Who's the highest rated
2K4.
Marlin? Let me guess. Is it the batting champ?
Oh man, we're gonna keep it a buck. But I'm gonna let you guess another person who's the
Oh,
highest
so
rated
it's
player.
not the batting champ.
Not the batting champ, Luis Ariz. You're not gonna guess it.
It's not Jazz. It's not Jazz Chisholm.
No, I'm not gonna make you keep guessing. Tanner Scott. Reliever Tanner Scott, a
Danny
91.
Tanner?
91. Followed by, yeah, you guessed it,
Luis
Yuri Perez.
Really?
Yuri Perez, who
Was-
played part of the season and
Was
got
he
shut down.
87?
89. Then you get Jazz Chisholm, All-Star,
87?
83.
Damn.
Okay, notice we haven't named Luis Ariz, who's won back-to-back batting champions.
In both leagues.
In both leagues, by the way. Still haven't mentioned him. Don't worry.
Is he a 76?
Sandy Alcantara.
He's not even pitching.
83. Yeah, but you got to put him on the game.
He's not pitching.
Not pitching this year. He's got Tommy John. Followed by Jake Berger, 83. Those are the top 5, the show 24 rated players with the Miami Marlins. Now you're saying, how does this happen? Because, after all, you got the 2-time batting champion who almost batted 400 last season for a while. A lot of people thought he was flirting with that. Where does he fall? Arias, a 79. And you know who he's ahead of? At 78, you'll like this one, Vlad.
Tim Anderson?
Joey Gallo.
Oh, my God.
Are you telling me Luis Ariz is basically on the same footing as Joey Gallo? A man who pitchers threw meatballs to because they felt bad for him.
Wow. I can't believe the disrespect.
That is unbelievable. A man who flirted with 400, who hit a cycle last year, the first cycle in Marlins history. A man who kind of single-handedly helped this team arise to the situation and make the playoffs.
Wordplay. I see what you did there. Wordplay.
Can you believe that? He and Joey Gallo are neck and neck when it comes to at least the show 24. Sandy Alcantara, not pitching this year, Higher rating. More valuable to this team, I guess. I got to keep it a buck. Wow, that's bogus.
That's terrible.
Absolutely bogus. Anything else you want to keep about? Get my mind off this. My girlfriend and I are fighting right now. You know, the Marlins. It's just spring training. Just upset. I was trying to represent out in Arizona. Not really, but go ahead. Anything else you got?
No, that's it.
Who's gonna win the fight tonight? How about that?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm back into wrestling again.
You've been back into wrestling.
No, like I'm really back into wrestling.
Go ahead and nerd out and talk about some things. I'm also a little nervous about the Florida Atlanta game.
It's a 6-point game with under a minute left.
Oh, I hope I don't have to eat my words. Go ahead.
Nah, it's just I feel like I'm back in the 90, 99, 2000 area. Attitude area.
Ooh.
Yeah. The Rock is back. Now let me ask you this. Is The Rock going back to wrestling because he really loves wrestling?
No.
Or is the movies not doing too well? So this is a good way of getting back his
Well, he dumped a lot of money into that United Football League that no one's gonna watch.
Right.
So I think it's one of those things, man. You need a little extra cash, you can always go back to the well. It's one of those things. Why not? Why not? But it's good. You're saying it's great. Wrestling.
Oh no, it's fun. It's fun. It's real. It's almost every week that you're looking forward to the next show and everything like that. It's almost it's really good.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
All time or just currently?
No, just currently. I don't want.
Who is my favorite wrestler?
I don't want to hear about George the Animal Steel or anything. Like
that. No. Lisby.
Honky Tonk Man.
Who is my favorite current wrestler right now?
Wouldn't it be funny if Honky Tonk Man was your all-time favorite wrestler?
Come on, man. He was the longest running. He was the longest reigning intercontinental champion till Gunther. But come on, man. A fake Elvis? Who didn't love a fake Elvis?
That's pretty true.
You know. Currently Randy. No, I still like the old guys, man. Like Randy Orton at his age is still my favorite wrestler right now. Love AJ Styles. Love some of the wrestlers in the other organization, AEW, Okada, Kenny Omega, MJF. A lot of these wrestling is good again. It's fun. It keeps you entertaining.
Oh, the production value and the writing.
Well, it's turned the production. The production's almost into cinema. It's as if these guys are, and I give networks credit in this regard. They're always looking new ways of improving the quality to show to the fans. So when I mean that, you saw what Fox did after the XFL. Fox took a lot of the equipment and angles that Vince McMahon and the XFL was doing, and they implemented it into their coverage of the NFL. And you see what's happened. They're filming now, and you notice that in a lot of sports, they're almost filming it in a way like a director films a movie.
Right.
Sometimes you see they'll have a broad angle of the court or of the field, as if you're walking with the cameraman right into the field of play. Yeah, they're doing that right now. It's very cinematic and it's fun. It's fun.
These guys and girls do some crazy things, man. That is definitely you have to be an athlete to do that.
The female wrestlers are unbelievable. I mean,
I can't believe it.
They're not only are they great wrestlers, athletic, but geez, their looks, they look
Glow
great
all over again, man.
Nah, this is better than Glow.
No, but what I'm saying is gorgeous.
But nobody's better than a farmer's daughter.
Good time.
And Hollywood and Vaughn.
Oh man,
that's the only reason why I wanted to go to Hollywood and Vaughn.
I've also heard. Well, yeah, I've also heard that Ric Flair's daughter is a better wrestler than he is.
She's not a better wrestler than he is, but she is an all-time great.
There you go.
She's carrying the name.
It's in the blood, man. In the blood. That right there is Keep It a Buck. Coming up, we're gonna see if I have to eat my words on this FAU.
You're not gonna eat your words.
Getting tight. That's next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Miami Heat. The defending Eastern Conference champion Florida Panthers, the Miami Hurricanes, and Leagues Cup champion Inter Miami CF. An Odyssey station.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for Sports Day.
Beautiful day.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
All right, I'm not going to have to eat my words on the FAU game. They win 92-84. Our dude Menu, he just jumped into the Twitch and YouTube, said he was just leaving the game. He said it was absolutely lit. FAU Memphis. FAU get the win. Like
He didn't say that.
That FAU game was lit. I was there.
He said that FAU
wish I
game
was there.
so lit. Wish I was there.
Oh, man, I got to read things better.
Yeah, you do. Poor guy's like, wait a minute. I didn't say that.
His wife's probably mad at him. Like,
Oh my God. You know what I mean? What if you tell you with your side, you going to your side chick, but you say you're going to the game?
I know, man. I don't feel. Yes, you can always contact us 305-567-0560. You can also jump up on the Twitch and YouTube 560 WQAM. Vlad's getting some messages about Nacho Libre in his wrestling days.
Oh yeah, of course. Sergey's, you know, he said Vlad's favorite wrestler is Nacho Libre. What's her name? Vic Flair. He said that Vlad 2078 liked wrestling at his age. He probably still sleeps with stuffed animals. That's funny.
Oh.
Thank you, Sergey. Thank you.
I always can count on you. Can we count on the Heat? Are you ready to put it down and believe in the Heat? Are you saying, Vlad, right now that you're ready to get behind them and say this is going to be a team that's going to make a run in the playoffs and has a chance?
No, you know who my loyalty is. I'm not gonna but if you're asking me as an outsider, yeah.
I believed in them all season, to be honest with you.
I believe in them because I believe there's a group of teams that can go to the Eastern Conference Final, and I don't think Boston wants to face Miami. I don't think Milwaukee. The top teams don't want to face Miami.
Nope. The thing is, and this we have been pretty steadfast on. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. There's going to be losing streaks. There's going to be winning streaks. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Eric Spoelstra said at the beginning of the season, this is a championship caliber team. This team is deep enough to make a deep run in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler says, I promise you, we're going to get back to the NBA Finals this year. We're going to win it. You got to believe those guys. No,
I don't.
I believe them. I've
heard Jimmy say the same thing for the last 5 years.
I'm gonna rest assured. I don't care. I'm gonna rest assured. I've enjoyed the season because I've, as they say, let go, let God. I've let go, and I just believe in Spo. I believe in Pat Riley. I believe in Jimmy Butler. I believe they're going to be right where they want to be at the end of the season and in the playoffs. It's like Anthony Davis said the other day, just get us in. That's all we're worried about. Of course, he's struggling to get into the playoffs. Nonetheless, just get us in. We'll be fine. I prefer getting in as one of the top seeds, 5, 6 seeds, so you don't have to play the play-in game. But you know what? They did it last year. They made it happen. So
RVA Richie says, Dan, listen to your own words. Don't get too high.
Don't get too high. I don't get too high. I don't get too low. I just ride the waves, man.
Oh, boy.
Ride the waves. I was out in Arizona, man. One of those things. But nonetheless, yeah, that's the thing. Stop worrying. If you're a Heat fan, don't get too high. Don't get too low. Just ride the waves. It's going to be okay. It just seems like this team has done this all. They saw what happened last year, and now they're like, let's rinse and repeat and just try to figure it out at the very end. And you're like, oh, well, they lost to Oklahoma City and Denver, and they've lost to the good teams and all this stuff. It's like, it'll be all right. They'll beat the Wizards tomorrow, most likely, because the Wizards are absolutely terrible. You think Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma are going to ball out?
Are they going to ball out? I didn't say they're going to ball out great.
I mean, there's nobody to take the ball from them. So, yeah, of course, they're going to just score and do great. It'll be fine. But, yeah, I think just do like me. Just let go. Just let go and enjoy. It's going to be all right if you're a Heat fan. Nothing to worry about. They know what they're doing. They promised you that they are a championship caliber team. You have to believe them. Speaking of the Heat, they did lose 107-100 to the Thunder last night. Jaime Jaquez Jr. led the team with 25. They host the Wizards tomorrow at 6. 6 o'clock is going to be that game.
I do see a little one problem with you Heat fans. I mean, the Heat team, and it just maybe it was those two players, but the backcourt defense is not that great.
Backcourt defense is not that great.
No, because I mean, you're looking at Shea went for what 37 last night.
Yeah, but he's a premier player in this league.
And look, I understand those are two great players, but Luka busted you ass on Sunday. Jalen Brunson busted you ass. Donovan Mitchell, like you're gonna be going against some great guards.
Right. It doesn't get easy in the playoffs. Like, oh, we won't have to face them in the playoffs. I mean, they're all good.
You're gonna be going against some great guards, and I would be concerned with the defense.
The defense has kind of been the strong suit of the team, though.
Right, but I'm just saying not the backcourt defense. The frontcourt defense has been great, but the backcourt, no. And you're gonna have guys, and if Jimmy goes, like the fact that Jimmy couldn't guard Shea last night was because Jalen Williams was busting people's ass. So you know you're gonna have to pick one or the other. But I do believe that they need to shore up the defense. Terry's playing better, but
Terry's fine. Tyler Hero has got a little bit of a worry.
Tyler, Duncan, they're always going to be looked to for the mismatch.
Yeah. In any sport, and you look to take advantage of where you can. And let's just be honest. And you're going to say they've improved, but still, if you're somebody like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you're licking your chops when you might have a Duncan Robinson or a Tyler Hero trying to guard you at some point. Like, whew. But nonetheless, I still think this team's got it. They can figure it out in a 7-game series, enough to neutralize a really, really good player, or at least a really, really good team. Xavier Howard, they didn't really use him, at least how he wanted to last year with Vic Fangio.
Yo, shout out to Joe Rose, man. To the Joe Rose show.
Joe's been asking them questions.
Dude, Joe's getting all like Jimmy came on. Jimmy's like, yeah, I'm back in the Cowboy circle, and I'm gonna be helping.
That was on national TV.
That was on national TV. And then what happens? When was this? Wednesday? I believe it was Wednesday.
They asked Xavier Howard,
and that was that was the news that you heard all throughout the NFL was Xavier Howard saying that he's done with the Dolphins. And
but he also said that Vic Fangio, they asked him about Vic Fangio and if he didn't utilize him right. And he kind of said, no, I don't see it like that. It's just, I was in a position I've never played, like press corner. I was playing more zone, but I showed other teams now that I can play zone and play different parts of the field.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Fangs is getting a bad rap here.
I mean, the streets need a body, Vlad.
I guess the streets does need a body, but still,
that's the body that we have offered to the streets
but it's not even a body that he wanted to get out of there.
I know, but it's a convenient body, man. He's already gone anyway, so throw him to the wolves. He's the hang guy. He's the fall guy. Yeah, he'll be all right. Hurricanes transfer quarterback Cam Ward took all 18 offensive linemen to Fogo de Chao, all-you-can-eat Brazilian steakhouse in South Beach. Spring practice continues. The Hurricanes will play their first game of the season, August 31st, Gainesville against the Florida Gators. That is odd enough to say, a very good litmus test for the beginning of the season. You get a Florida team that's kind of reeling, at least from last year. Both teams want to come out and get off on the right foot and say, this is it. We've got it going on now. So should be a fun one.
I hope so.
Cam Ward, though, declared for the draft. He was the prize of the transfer portal. And Miami landed him. I said $1 million, $1.5 million on that NIL deal, so he can afford those $100 plates over there at Fogo de Chao.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is Mario on the foreman?
No, not at all. No way, shape, or form. Still building.
So when does he get on the foreman? It's been we're entering what, year 3?
Yeah, but I think he signed a 10-year contract.
Was it 10?
Yeah.
Maybe it was 10.
So you got to wait till like 5 or 6.
Really?
That's a good question though. With the expanded playoffs. And with everything that Miami's doing, maybe it turns up the heat just a little bit on Mario Cristobal.
I don't know, B. I mean, I know it's 10 years.
But it's like, now you can't be like, well, we haven't made it to the playoffs yet. There's only 4 teams. Now there's 12 teams. It's like, you're telling us what we're paying you in our history that we can't be a top 12 team in the country?
I need to see something this year, bro.
You will, and you will. I know we did keep it a buck last. You will. You saw some improvement last year. You're going to see good improvement this year. for the Miami Hurricanes football team.
What was their record the first year? Were they 5-7 first year?
5-7.
And then last year they were what, 7-5,
7-6.
7-6?
Yeah, they lost the bowl game to Rutgers.
At the
Pinstripe
Pinstripe
Bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah. Rutgers just ran the ball down our throat.
So we need what, 9 wins this year,
Yep.
maybe?
Yep, you'll get it.
9 wins with a win over Florida and Florida State.
You got to beat Florida State, yeah.
You win. You got to split, right? You can't go 0-2 in those games.
I mean, I could see us winning both of those games.
No, listen, you win both games. You know, they might, you're off the foreman for a little bit, just for a little bit, but you're still marinated and ready to go, ready to get cooked. But we'll just put you back in the fridge.
You're going to lose a game you're not supposed to lose. You're going to win a game you're not supposed to win. Those will equal themselves out. You got to beat Georgia Tech. Can't have any more of those. That was the one that really is going to stick in everybody's craw. That loss to Georgia Tech, because all you had to do was really kneel the ball, but you didn't, and then things kind of destabilized from there. You get the ship right. They'll be okay. The ship will be righted. I said that twice because, Canes baseball team defeated number 13 Virginia 6-5 yesterday. Game 2 of the series today at 6. Then tomorrow, game 3 at 1. The Marlins, they're going to allow flags, drums, and musical instruments in the crowd, similar to the World Baseball Classic this coming season. It's basically a move to try to get more people in the stands. Second to last in attendance, right behind the Oakland A's. That is very dubious right there, but it is cool that they're allowing all the instruments, and it's going to be like the supporters groups for Inter Miami games. It's going to have more of a South American feel with the instruments and the flags, South American Caribbean feel with all the instruments and flags. We know we can pack the stadium. We did it for the Caribbean Classic. We did it for the World Baseball Classic. Why not start doing it for the Marlins? Start winning more games. We'll be all right. We'll be fine. I like the fact, though, I'm not going to be bringing no pots and pans, though, Vlad. No pots and pans. You can bring drums, flags, musical instruments, but pots and pans.
Sergey's right. No kazoos, man.
No,
we don't want kazoos. I hated that from the World Cup.
Speaking of World Cup, Inter Miami, they played to a 2-2 draw on the road against Nashville SC Thursday night. That's leg 1 of their aggregate with CONCACAF Champions Cup. They'll play the second leg Wednesday, 8:15 at Chase Stadium. But before that, back at Chase Stadium, MLS game tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, Montreal. Should be a fun one right there. Get some quick goals, get in, get out. Messi and Suarez have both been fantastic this season. They've been everything we thought they would be. I expect them to continue. Busquets and Jordi Alba have been fantastic as facilitators. The team's kind of, going here, there, and everywhere. DeAndre Yedlin got traded to Cincinnati the other day. Hate to see DeAndre Yedlin go. He's had 2 good years, all-star years with Inter Miami. He's also been on the national team, but got to make way, Vlad. It's now or never for Inter Miami. Really, whew.
That's a good question. Who's in a more now or never? Now or never?
Everyone in South Florida is now or never.
I think so, bro. I think you hit it right.
Dolphins, yes. I mean, the Heat.
No, Dolphins, absolutely yes. The Heat are the standard.
They're always there.
They're the standard. So it is what it is. That's how they play.
Panthers are all or nothing right now.
Panthers have been all or nothing. What, maybe the last 2-3 seasons,
especially this year, though.
Especially this year after having the taste of the Stanley Cup final last season.
This is probably your last year with Messi and Suarez and everything else. So yes, indeed. Let's go.
And that's great, though. That's what, if you're a sports fan, that's what you want.
As you're a fan, that's what you want.
You want every team in your market, especially if you follow every team in your market, you want them to be competitive.
Mediocrity is murder. Mediocrity. And the Marlins last year, at least, they were all in, at least to get to the wild card. They made trades, they made moves, they spent a little bit of money.
Right, but there was a standard that was being set with the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
2020, the COVID year.
Yep.
They made the wild card, correct? I believe. And then 2020, was it 2021 or 2022 when they won the President Cup?
Yeah, they won
the President Cup in 2022.
Lost in the
second round to the Lightning.
Second round, they got their first playoff series win in 20 years. Then last year, of course, the magical run to the Stanley Cup Finals. This year, to be determined. That's all we'll say for right now.
Yeah, so at least they've been setting a winning foundation, a culture, to the point to get to where they are right now. So I do believe So I don't want to say now. It's now, but I don't want to say never for the Panthers. But it's definitely now.
Right. It's not going to be one of those things where they just totally fall off a cliff after this year.
Inter Miami's definitely now or never because the stars will be gone next season.
But luckily, they will have built up the fan base so much so that the people will stick with them.
I will.
Oh, man,
Can't wait for the $16 tickets.
We were there before, though, man. We've been there since day one. But we'll see. UFC 299 tonight, Kaseya Center.
At the MIA, baby.
Sugar, Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera. Sold out. UFC 299.
Hey man, if y'all not doing anything, y'all have tickets for that. Go support it because I think it'll be great to see more UFC events down here in South Florida.
FAU, they defeated Memphis 92-84 just a couple of minutes ago. Congratulations to those guys. Unfortunately, Lady Hurricanes, they fell to Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament 55-47. It's going to be it. Katie Meyer and those guys, ladies, not going to be playing postseason basketball.
Do I have to play a tournament if I'm not going to be able to advance? That's ridiculous.
No, it's for the players. You get the trip, you get the experience, you get to play extra games because players want to play.
Man, go enjoy your spring break.
Players want to play.
Yeah, but they're not going to go anywhere. If we win, we're not going to win we can't win the tournament and go to the NCAA tournament.
That would be so bittersweet. You win your conference tournament and that's it. It's
over.
You got something out of it. Getting something out of it. Let's go ahead and take a step in the day spa. Ah, yes, indeed. A St. Louis museum hopes to break a world record on the date 3/14 when they get 314 people to gather and wear underwear on their heads. Sounds like a good record to me.
They want to see, what is it? Fruit of the Loom Day?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But I mean,
wait till we put our hands on you.
What is this? Some free booze or some free food or something involved.
I like 3/15.
3/15, the Ides of March?
No, time out. Let me hold on. No, yeah, it is 3/15. It's steak and
BJ Day?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought it was just the Ides of March. I get weird about those holidays, man. Like Friday the 13th and Ides of March and what are some other?
Oh, I'm sorry. Steak and BJ Day will be next Thursday, March 14th.
March 14th. So if you see a Ruth Chris or a Morton's or even Prime 112 packed, it's not just spring breakers. A little something extra. Panthers have made some interesting trades. Maybe a little something extra. Is it cause for maybe a little bit of worry or cause for more excitement? We'll discuss that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
WQAM.
Those Panthers. Woo! Gotta talk about them. They have been making it happen, and they made it happen this week. Right before the trade deadline, they basically traded off a bag of hockey pucks and a couple of sticks and got 2 bona fide great players. They sent out a conditional 2024 4th-round pick and a 2025 3rd-round pick to Ottawa for all-star forward Vladimir Tarasenko. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Ottawa, pay half of his salary, but we'll take him.
I wish Ottawa could pay half my salary.
Yeah. It's like $10 million. So you say, whoa.
That'll still be more than what I make here.
You would think that right there is enough. No. Gustav Forsling. Come on, we like you. 8-year extension. Boom. Like that. But we're not done. We're not done yet. No.
We're not?
No. Sabres, we want your captain. Give us your captain. Kalak Poso. What do we send? A guy who's never made it to the NHL. An AHL defenseman, Kali Sagelin, and a 7th-round pick. Wow. Now, some people would say, whoa, we are the best team in the NHL already. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't try to fix it.
Is there reason for concern? I think the opposite. I think this is the Panthers realizing, as we've said, Vlad, this is the year. Let's go for broke. Let's get all we can. Let's go all in. Let's try to win. If you're someone that's saying, no, they're messing with the good mojo and everything that's happening with this team, I disagree. I think this is your chance. You already know you're special, but you might be just a step away from that special season. So why not go in there and make it happen? I like these moves. I think it's going to make the Panthers better in the long run. Now, maybe in the short run, there could be some growing pains, but man, when you add team captains, when you add all-stars to the team, you add a lot to that team. The core is still there. You still got Paul Maurice. You still got Sergei Bobrovsky. You still got Anthony Forsling. You still got your guys, Barkov, Luosterainen. Forsling, like we said, is signed now. It's adding a little extra juice. Now, it could go terribly wrong. That's happened in the past. I just don't see this Florida Panthers team kind of falling apart. I see them sticking together. I see them with the additions being that much better and just taking that little bit more step up. Right now, they're one of the top teams in the NHL. Right now, if the season were to end, Vlad, I don't want to talk about it too much, but you might get a trophy that would be going their way if they were to end the season right now. You got 90 points. That makes you the highest scoring team, at least points-wise, in the NHL. And we all know what that means, and we all know that's why we don't mind losing to Philadelphia the other night. Those Rangers, man, you told us, best team in hockey, took them down.
You did.
You've
gotten us twice this year. But like I also said, I don't know if I really want that President's Cup.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you don't want that President's Cup. So President's Trophy, the curse is definitely real. You got some really tough games coming up too. But this is the thing, that the Panthers, they don't shy away from the tough games. Calgary's not good, but they're not bad. Play them today at 4:00. Then the Dallas Stars, you head down deep in the heart of Texas. That's Tuesday at 8:00. Then rivalry renewed, a team that got the best of us last game. You get the Carolina Hurricanes Thursday at 7:00.
That's in Florida, right?
That is going to be in Carolina, back in
So
Raleigh.
that's the second game in Carolina again.
Yes, it is back there again. They defeated us 1-0 the last time we played. Calgary, can't worry about them too much. The Stars are a very good team also. The Panthers, I mean, they play tough teams. They win against tough teams. They can't beat Philadelphia for some reason. We'll see what happens with the Hurricanes. Then you get the Lightning. That's another tough one right there. The Rangers, you get them coming up in a couple of days. The Flyers again, the Bruins. Man, not an easy schedule for the Panthers, but once again, as a Panthers fan, not worried about it. I do think in the long run, these trades, and you didn't really give up all that much to get these guys.
No, man.
I don't understand how that worked.
Panthers did what what their neighbors down south does with the Heat. They made smart,
Great moves.
great moves that don't affect them financially and leaves them able to make more moves if they wanted to, and doesn't handcuff them like other team like it does to other teams. So once you gave Paul Maurice that last year that ultimatum, they've just been playing great hockey. They're your best chance down here to win a title.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to believe in them. Like I said, they are the best team in the NHL. Their record is the best record in the NHL. They have the most points. They've done everything right, and they've gained depth with these trades. They've given up a couple draft picks. The guy that never made it to the NHL, he's been an AHL player, although, prospect, that's enough, yeah. But still, you add depth, and if it doesn't work, you just don't play him. Whatever. If it messes with the team chemistry, which I don't think it will, one guy's a captain for the Sabres, another guy's an all-star for the Senators, you add that depth, and that's what it's all about in the playoffs.
It's also
you want that depth.
And not only adding depth, the playoffs is going to be a grind. So there's going to be injuries. There might be some games players miss. If you're able to bring in a Tarasenko, and add them to what is already a great group of forwards.
And the thing is, they said Tarasenko really wanted to be here. That's part of why the deal got made. So he wants to be here.
I think everybody sees it. I think if you watch hockey over the last year, and like I said, if you really watch hockey over the last 3-4 years, you've seen the improvement. You've seen the culture that the Florida Panthers have set. So you want to be down here. Who doesn't want to be in beautiful South Florida
playing ice hockey?
Right? You go into work, it's 85 degrees. You go practice 3 hours in the cold. And then when you leave, it's 86 degrees.
And let's give Bill Zito credit, man. Fortune favors the bold. Remember when he hired Paul Maurice? We're like, whoa, we won the President's Trophy. We finally won a playoff series. We seem to be doing everything right. Why would you bring in Paul Maurice, who's kind of coached all over the place, been everywhere? And he said, because it's not about the regular season. It's about winning in the postseason. We don't care anymore. We can make it to the postseason. We want to win in the postseason. And we went, oh my goodness, we had a good thing going, and now they're having a rough season. They slide into the playoffs. The Pittsburgh Penguins kind of crap the bed. And we're like, oh, and now we got the Boston Bruins, who had the best regular season of any team. What are we doing? You and I, Vlad, went to that game. Was it 4? And that was a murder. I remember leaving, Vlad. As I told you, I said, if this is what we're building towards, I don't want to build anymore.
Oh, but I didn't think we're going to be, I put it this way, I didn't think we're going to be there for Friday.
The second I said, if this is what we've been building towards, I don't want to build anymore. Everything changed on a dime. And all of a sudden, this team, just the magic awoke. And we doubted. Everyone, I think, doubted. I don't know if the team ever doubted. They'll never tell you. I think there was probably some people around there saying, wait a second, what's going on here? But once they got it going, it has been magical, and they are on a heater. Never mind the loss the other day to Philadelphia. The trades, to me, shows you're all in. You're ready to go. The guys that you brought in, they're all in. They're ready to go. Why do you think they brought them in? They want to win a championship. Why do you think those guys wanted to come here? They think that this team gives them the best chance to win a championship. Whew. Now, if you guys can lose a couple of more games here, I hate to say that, Vlad, it sounds weird.
Because you want to
lose a couple games here and there.
You want to be on top. You want to be on top of the standings. You're in your own conference, but you want to have the best record overall in the league. That's crazy.
Good news. We have a grueling schedule ahead for the Panthers. Take a couple of L's in there, or, maybe a couple of overtime losses, still get your points, still stay where you kind of need to stay. And then just maybe by a point or by a hair, just lose out to that President's Trophy. Yeah, man.
Winnipeg won last night. Vancouver. Oh, Vancouver's 1 point away. Vancouver's.
The Bruins are going to do their part to blow it like they did last year. They're only 1 point behind us. The Canucks are only 1 point behind us. And we've already talked about this, Vlad, and we've posted it on the YouTube
We want
page.
the Canucks to win.
The Canucks have it written all over them to win the
and,
President's
and
Trophy
then choke in the first round.
and then just go down in the first or second round in flames, or like barely win the first round and then get, blown out in the second round. That would be our goal. Canucks, do your part, do your job. Go ahead. Panthers, let the Canucks do what they got to do. Maybe lose a game here. And I'm not saying it sounds weird, but you got the Flyers, you got the Hurricanes, you got the Bruins. It's a grueling schedule. If you got to rest a guy here and there, get right for the postseason, you'll be fine. Absolutely fine. Panthers, man, I'm telling you, if I'm a betting man, Vlad, I would bet Panthers to win it all. Let's go a step further. If I'm a betting man, you say Panthers on the field. I'm going
to field.
Call me a homer.
I'm going to field.
I'm going Panthers. I'm giving the odds. Give me the odds.
I'll go to field. It's too damn hard.
Well, yeah, the odds are that anything can go wrong.
Shoot. I mean, Boston was probably the favorite last year, and then what happened?
I would like to say that I knew the Panthers were going to beat the Bruins in
yeah, but you just said you were leaving Game 4, so stop.
I'll have Game 4 out loud. So if this is what we're building towards, I don't want to build it.
All right then. So
they got beat up on the ice, and then physically they got beat up too. It was bad, man. Whew. But this year, I'm saying it right now.
Well, here's a question.
You can have the field. I want the Panthers.
Would you love a Florida Tampa Bay first round matchup?
Not really. No.
Okay, because that's what's
I know.
Season ended today. That's the first round matchup, and I guarantee you, there's not a Panther fan alive that's confident.
I'm not that cocky fan that says bring on anybody.
Nah.
No.
They got mind control over you.
I don't want. Even though we beat them 9-2,
still got mind control.
I know. Like I said, thank you last year to the Toronto Maple Leafs for doing what you had to do. We appreciate that. Thank you, Carolina Hurricanes, for always choking in the playoffs. We appreciate that. This year, not really scared of anybody, but I would prefer not to see the Lightning or the Flyers. That being said, I'm just saying it. Prefer not to see the Lightning or the Flyers.
Sergey say no, stay away from Lightning. Listen, I realized this season in both the NBA and NHL playoffs, I think certain teams might lose towards the end of the year to stay away from certain matchups early.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why make your life harder?
It's smart. I always say, what is it? Is it work smarter or is it work harder?
You work smarter, not harder.
That's what it is. So work smart.
That's the thing. Don't have this hubris. We'll play anyone, anywhere. We don't care. No. Make your life as easy as possible. If you see a matchup you might like or one you don't like, there's ways to angle towards all that. But yeah, you're right. I'll stay away from the Lightning just for the simple fact of the history. And recent history is one of the reasons why I don't want to play the Flyers, because they just seem to find a way against the Panthers. 7-game series. And you know how hockey is so fickle in the playoffs, man. You never know. Still, you give me either the field or the Panthers.
I'm taking the field, because if you're giving me, because when you're giving me the field, you're also giving me the defending Stanley Cup champs.
You like those Vegas Golden Knights?
Listen,
beating them all season long too.
I get that, but you know me. You still got to beat the champ. And until you prove that you can beat the champ, I'm still going with the champ.
Thank you, Ric Flair. Appreciate that.
Woo!
It's gonna be a fun one, man. Let's buckle up and let's go. Coming up next, we're gonna do a little something or nothing, Vlad. You're gonna have to make some decisions. Decision time here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
UQAM, your favorite station.
So we always talk about this, Vlad. If you're in South Florida, you want a good time, you got to support your team. Florida Panthers, that is a good time. That is a good team. Go out and support the Panthers when they're in town today. Amerant Bank Arena and my people over at 26 Degree Brewing, they're doing just this. Got a text right now. Got my crew, Dolphin, Dave, his sister Carol, Joe, Baldecki, Lisa, and even Aaron. Even Aaron, they're piling into the car and they are going to Amerant Bank Arena.
I think it's Kids Day today.
Kids Day today. Absolutely true. I
4
saw the
p.m.
signs.
That's beautiful, man. 4
4
p.m. Puck drops at 4:08. 2.5 hours. If you don't get a chance to go to Sunrise at Amerant Bank, you can listen to the great call from the man himself, Doug Plagans, and Bill Lindsay, and our boy Kevin Rogers. It's gonna be a good call on 790 Waxy.
Oh yeah, man.
So yeah,
pile in,
but go to Sunrise.
Just
Go to
pile in,
Sunrise.
live it up. Aaron, Dave, Joe, Baldecki, Lisa, Carol, the whole team out there. Why not? It's a fun time, man. It's a wild time. There's a party. If you get there early, Vlad, they have a DJ spinning it up on the ones and twos,
Yeah.
man.
Remember last year during the postseason, they had Flow Rider there.
Yeah, I went one game this year. Montel Jordan was singing the
Yes,
national anthem.
yes, this is how we do it.
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
yes.
come on. Going out there, Amerant Bank Arena, maybe get there early, go to Chili's, do a little 2-for-1. Maybe Duffy's down the street.
After the
Always
game, you can go
2-for-1.
to Duffy's or before.
I always see people on Thursday and Friday nights
With the
wearing
Panther jersey?
wearing their
Yeah.
sweaters, man, coming from the game, man. It's right around the corner. So many good places to go out there before, after, but the game, it is fun. It is wild. And this is a good team that you can enjoy. So get on out there and enjoy it. That is something right there. We're going to do a little something or nothing right now, Vlad, where you will decide whether it is something or nothing. Get things started on the pitch, a little football action. Harry Kane got a hat trick as Bayern Munich defeated Mainz 8-1. Is that something or nothing?
I mean, it's nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Why? Because you just figure Bayern Munich's going to win the Bundesliga anyway?
Absolutely. And okay. I mean, it's great for Harry to be playing great for that team, but
Tottenham Hotspur, by the way, former.
But yeah, it's nothing.
Bayern looks like they had a little something going on right there.
They're Champions League favorite to me.
Favorite. They had a little something going down. They kind of seemed like they were stumbling a little bit, nonetheless. A woman's 50K cross-country race in Oslo, Norway was marred by multiple drunken brawls breaking out along the race course with people in the crowd, not actually runners. Something or nothing.
It's nothing. What do you think these people are supposed to do? They're
I mean,
watching
Norway.
people run around.
It's Norway.
But they're watching people run. They need something to entertain them, so drink. So when you drink, you're going to get into fights.
That is true. Drinking does often cause fights. I have to stop myself, Vlad, because when you're drinking with your boys, having a good time, you're just having a good time. But when you're around certain people, sometimes you're drinking, you get a little more combative. And I have to try to not be combative.
Liquid courage, man. That's where the term came from.
I don't like to be combative. But have you ever watched the Tour de France?
Yeah, back in the days.
It's hilarious, man, because the crowd along the race course is just drunk and it's like 7 a.m.
Of course. Dude, let me ask you this, bro.
I'd be drunk off my ass. I'm drunk off my ass half the things I do in my life.
I got to ask you.
When am I not at an event drunk?
How bad is your life that you're standing around watching people run around for 26.2 miles?
Yeah, attending a 50K race to me would not, but I mean, you drink, you have a good time.
I'm not standing around no matter what the weather is. We've been talking about whether it's hot, whether it's nice, whether it's cold. I'm not standing around just to see a group of people that I don't know.
I know, yeah.
That I don't know. Just to run. I'm not handing them no banana, no water, no fruits,
donuts.
no donuts, whatever.
Yeah, that shocked me the time I ran that marathon as a joke. How many spectators there were. I'm
And
okay.
Sergey put only if a relative is running. I don't even know about that.
I mean,
I've
that's the
seen you
thing.
run.
Oh man, I can go out there and drink. You can go to a lot of different places and drink and
Let me
not
tell-
have to be held to some.
Marathon runners, I respect you, but no, I respect them. Those that are involved, I respect. But people who actually stay home and watch like the New York City Marathon, the Boston Marathon, that is a waste of time to me.
Yeah, it's your business though. Ariana Grande, she sings about her recent divorce on her 7th studio album, Eternal Sunshine. Is that something or nothing?
Yeah, something she's pulling a Taylor. start
This is my
talking.
thing. I had no
start to-
idea that Ariana Grande was ever married.
I didn't even know she was divorced that quick.
Yeah.
No, she got married quick, and then
Oh, thank you. Next.
yeah, it was
Man.
like, damn.
She's a bad one, though. I mean,
Yeah, I've had the
South Florida
pleasure of meeting her. She did something back in Los Angeles.
What?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is that her texting?
No, I wish. I was taken aback. That young lady is a beautiful, beautiful lady, but you don't realize how short and small she is.
Even better.
But relax. You need a cigarette? But yeah, Ariana's a bad one.
Whew.
She's a baddie.
Speaking of bad ones, Madonna and Kylie Minogue. You know I love Kylie Minogue. I might be on an island on this one, but man, Kylie Minogue.
Nah,
does it for me.
Kylie's good. Kylie's good.
Madonna and Kylie Minogue performed together in Los Angeles the other night on stage together. Something or nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Madonna's past her prime, at least physically.
Uh,
I was thinking,
I don't care about the past or prime right there. She is who she is. Kylie's nice, bro.
Kylie Minogue. Yes. All right. A Massachusetts library says they will now accept kitty cat pictures instead of money for late books because times are tough. Is that something or nothing?
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. We're talking about our friend Aaron and them. And Carol and Dave. They're going to the kitty cats game right now, the Panthers. But no, there's a Massachusetts library says you got a late fee. You don't have to pay us in money. You can pay us in kitty cat pictures. Something or nothing.
That's nothing. Really?
I think they're fishing for something else. If you know
They're
what I mean.
doing something there.
You
'Cause
know,
that's a
they're-
bit weird.
That's got to be a code for it's like, kitty cat pictures, you know. I think that's something, but I'm just saying.
Yo, your girl Kylie's years of,
You know,
it's kind of weathered her down.
well, that's the thing though. Like, it's a different type of taste. It's like a fine wine. Fine wine. She's like a fine wine.
She's got hit or misses, but
Fine wine.
back in the day, she was beautiful.
Would
yeah,
you- would you
it's
send-
nothing.
I mean, I'd rather send a kitty cat picture than some money.
Well, hold on.
No, I know that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
What kind of
I know. I think that's what they're fishing for.
is that? What they're trying to do?
Oh yeah. Come on, man. Why?
Well, hold on.
Why would you specify kitty cat pictures?
I clearly, but is this an all-female library?
I think
Because if a male is late with his what kind of kitty cat he's got, what kind of kitty cat picture he's got to show here? What we doing here?
I think they're just throwing it out there, man. Whatever happens, happens.
Wait, no, wait. What do you mean? So wait. Oh, but once you give me this picture, I can use it for anything. I can illustrate it for anything.
You got to give up the rights.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I'm not doing.
You got some other
Or any of my female friends or family members would be doing.
I'll give I don't even know if I'm comfortable sharing pictures of my kitty cat and giving the people rights to it. I don't have a cat anymore though. I have bunnies. Close enough. I got two more things I got to get to you, man. A woman got bunnies. A woman is suing her parents for money she had to pay for university fees. So, woman goes to college. Parents say, "I'm not paying for your fees and your bills." So she's now suing her parents for the money to get back that she had to pay out of her own pocket. Is that something or nothing?
That's funny.
You know what we say about that, Vlad?
Hey, that's life.
No, send him back to the island.
No, come on. Clearly. Wait, she's upset that she had to spend money, so she's suing her
Her
parents?
parents for not paying the fees that she had to pay.
And she was over 18?
Yeah, she's a college student.
She's done, bro.
Send her back to the island. Are we sending her back to the island?
So I'm not even I wouldn't even send her back to her. I'll just leave her with nothing.
Last but not least, I got to explain this one, so prepare yourself, lad.
Go ahead.
A woman is trying to figure out a way to explain to her 30-year-old daughter that the man that the daughter considers her brother is actually her father. Something or nothing.
Wait, tell me.
Let me explain.
Hold on. The man, is the daughter slow?
No, let me explain.
Is she autistic?
No.
Oh.
No, let's explain. So, a woman and her husband wanted to father a child, but are having trouble. The man had 2 kids from a previous marriage. For some reason, they decided to use one of the son's sperm instead of the father's. And now,
So the stepson is the father.
or the half brother is actually the father of the daughter. Well, the stepson, yeah, you're right. So it would be her stepson did not get it on with her that we know of. That would be a good cover. That would be a very good. Oh God, lad, you should have dug that deep. That's what happened, right?
I'm just saying.
That's what happened, right? So the son slept.
There
with
is
the
a
mother.
special section in certain websites for stepson and stepmother.
Dog it.
I'm just saying.
So what happened is the
X videos, xnxx.com, all of
stepmom.
those. Yeah.
Oh, man, I thought there was just going to be a funny story. So the stepmom and the stepson were sleeping together, and to cover her tracks when she got
Mhm.
pregnant, she said, "Well, let's just use his sperm instead of yours." Man.
Or the dad didn't want to. Yeah, I don't want none of these kids, man. Hey, son, let me use your protein.
Good job by her.
And because he figures it's gonna look like me. It's coming from the same, DNA.
Man. Glad we got to the bottom of that one. Kind of disturbing. All right. Got 30 more minutes of this, not talking about impregnating your stepmom.
Hey, yo.
But we're going to talk Panthers. We're going to talk Heat. We're going to talk maybe a little bit of Dolphins. 30 more minutes getting you ready for the Miami Hurricanes basketball game against rival Florida State. Dolphin Dave, don't cheer for Florida State. Carol, I got your back. That's next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
time for Sports Day. Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Vlad and I don't know what day it is because I've been on vacation. I can't complain. I've been in Arizona. But Vlad's been basically picking up the slack and working 48 hours in 48 hours. So I thought I was going to say something crazy. I was saying, Vlad's been working nonstop in the mornings, at night, everywhere. So we're kind of lost right now, getting ready for the Hurricanes game. So right now, let's do this, Vlad, like we usually do at the end. Do a little my heart and my wallet, where our hearts are at, where our wallets are at, as we kind of go through some of the things that are going to be happening in the sports world. Miami Heat, they are playing tomorrow at 6 o'clock against the Wizards. We'll get into that tomorrow because you get an extra 45 minutes of us tomorrow. You get it less than 30 minutes because we're going to be off in about 30 minutes from now. But tomorrow we get 45 extra minutes. So it'll be noon to 4:45.
Well, you'll be on 45 extra. I'll be on 30 extra.
Okay, well, we'll be here. In some way,
because I have to go next door to go do the Inter Miami game.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait. We're gonna get to that too. Xavier Howard says the door is closed for him to return to the Dolphins. What does your heart say? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you indifferent?
I don't know. I mean, I think Xavier liked his time here. Drafted by the team and everything like that. But feels like it was a. I think they both. It was a mutual breakup.
Amicable.
Yeah, I think they both. I think he wanted to go back home. He wants to go back home to Texas, and the Dolphins are looking at it. They've done what, 7 years? Was it 7 seasons with? Yeah, they've had their time with him. They drafted some guys last year that they want to incorporate, and you still got Jalen.
Yeah.
So
Jalen Ramsey.
And if you also see a decline in a player when you see the player all the time because you drafted him, if you see a slippage, it may be better to let him go early than than signing him and then seeing him
my heart is happy
go down or see him play a little bit
my heart is
less
happy
than
for
what
the
he
time.
was.
Happy for the time. My wallet says, where will he end up?
I think he's gonna end up in Houston
Texans. Yeah, that's where my wallet would bet that he would end up. That'd be a good addition for the team. Really good addition for their team. So,
now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Monday morning, 11 a.m. when free agency. By the way, I have a problem with this word. Because Monday is considered the allowed tampering. Why don't they just call it negotiations? It's not tampering if it's allowed.
It's allowed. It's legal.
It's legal. It's not tampering. But on Monday morning, do you think Christian Wilkins will be a Miami Dolphin, or will he be on another team, signed to another team?
My heart and my wallet say he will be with the Miami Dolphins.
Really?
Miami has said that they're going to find a way to keep him.
How?
They're going to find a way. I can't believe they didn't franchise him. That made what's going on.
It might have been. I mean, I read an article that Omar Kelly put, and it was probably a good thing that they didn't franchise him because they would be stuck in a position where they would have to automatically pay. Because you got to pay whatever the market is. Maybe they're able, because they didn't franchise him. Maybe they could be
they can move some money
discount, move some money around
on the back end, pay him a little bit more,
something to that effect.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna say it, Vlad. He's gonna be a Dolphin next year.
I don't see it.
Okay,
I think he might be a Texan, and the team that might shock you, I think he might be a Kansas City Chief.
Ooh, well, yeah, they need help there.
If Chris Jones leaves,
because
if Chris Jones really I mean, you got to look at it. Chris Jones is 30, so this might be
crazy last year at the beginning of the season.
Well, he wanted a bag, and they realized that they needed him, and you saw how dominant he was, and he's in this whole season and during the postseason.
Yeah, it's great.
I believe if he does leave the Kansas City Chiefs for the big bag, Chiefs are a smart organization. Why not get a younger version of this gentleman on the cheap, a little cheaper, and you continue this dynasty.
Yeah,
going.
because I mean, he is not. Christian Wilkins is not Chris Jones, but cheaper, good enough.
He's not, but he's cheaper and he's he's good enough. That defense is really good.
Yeah. So you might take a slight step down, but not a huge step down, because
there's down, but you're getting younger. You're also getting younger.
Chris Jones is a step down, pretty much.
Yeah, it's only really Chris and Aaron Donald.
Right.
That's it.
And Aaron's starting to get up there too. in age.
Well, you go tell Aaron Donald.
I ain't saying nothing. The dude is small, like height-wise, short.
Okay.
He'll kill you. He'll kill you. But yeah,
okay.
I didn't say that. Okay, Canes basketball, getting ready for it in just a couple of minutes. 4 o'clock is going to be tipped between Florida State. What does your heart and what does your wallet say? Heart, of course, Canes.
Heart is always Canes. Wallet says Seminoles because they've won, 4 in a row against UM, and this is senior day. And if you've heard me talk before, listen to Hollywood, and you've listened to Josie, they won't say it, but they kind of mention it or give you an inkling of what's going on. I think that a lot of the Canes players somewhere during like the second half of the season just started looking at their future.
God, you talked me into it, Vlad. I was willing to say my heart and my wallet are with the Canes. Now my heart is with the Canes.
I don't, because I really see there's certain players that see this like, okay, I got Saturday and then Tuesday,
They're
and then I'm done. And then we're done.
Yeah.
Okay,
so now if I have to bet, I would be betting on just a straight up winner. I got to bet on Florida State.
I'm betting the total.
Congratulations.
I'm betting the
Dolphin
over on the
Dave.
total.
Dolphin Dave. Congratulations. Carol, we'll get him next time.
And who's playing? Does anybody know if Nigel's playing today?
I think I heard Josie saying that he's going to attempt to be back today, which means
What about Wooga?
once again, attempt to mentally or physically be there?
No.
What do you mean physically?
Both.
Mentally, no. Wooga's not there.
Okay, what about physically?
I couldn't tell you. I mean,
Okay.
is it worth being there if you're not mentally there? Like most people wouldn't say it. We'll say it. Oh, man. Tough one. Canes baseball team, game 2 of their series against number 13 Virginia. They won 6-5 yesterday. It's at 6 o'clock today. Our heart with the Canes. Wallet. Oh, I got to say it's Virginia, man. Number 13 in the nation. You got to figure they want to get to that rubber match and try to win the series. So, come on, Canes. Prove me wrong. Vlad, I just got to go with my wallet on that one,
Yeah, I'm not betting college baseball yet.
Would you ever bet spring training baseball, Vlad?
No.
I have
If I'm not betting college,
clue.
if I'm not betting college baseball, I'm definitely not betting spring training
I
baseball.
could not tell you anything could happen with the Marlins and the Nationals today at 6 in Jupiter. Anything. I have no clue.
I don't even know who's pitching.
You don't know who's playing even.
Don't.
Will Skip Schumacher even be there? I don't know. Nonetheless, I'm not betting it, but my heart and my wallet say Marlins. Why not?
I'm not betting.
Okay, now this is a serious one. Of course, we know your heart's with the Panthers, but where's your wallet with Panthers Calgary today, 4 o'clock?
My wallet says there's gonna be a lot of fights.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
That's my wallet. Yeah, Florida's winning though. I think Florida wins 4-2 tonight.
Yeah, we got
Today,
Calgary's number. We got him.
Not only that we got Calgary, yeah, we're in their heads because the fact that Mama Kachuk has to call and say, Brady, Matthew, stop it. Stop you boys. Stop it.
Don't make me come down there.
I think that's the funny part, right? You're talking about a family of just men of just a family of hockey players, and I bet you they all cower to the
to
mom,
of course.
to the wife.
Love your mom. You love the ladies.
She's the head coach.
Yes, indeed. That's 100% true. Now, here's where my heart and wallet gets very interesting. Let's look ahead to the future. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, Netflix, July 20th.
I'm putting money on Mike. I can't believe Mike's the underdog. Listen.
Go ahead.
I don't want Brooklyn to look bad. Mike's legacy is forever stamped. It's certified and verified. But I just don't want that kid. I don't need Jake Paul to hurt Mike. But it would be great if Mike hurts Jake. And that's just wrong for me to think that. But that's just how I feel.
Look, I might like Jake Paul more than most people do. I love Mike Tyson. I think most people like Mike Tyson.
We love Mike.
My heart is with Mike Tyson.
But my
wallet. Everybody underestimates Jake Paul.
No, I'm putting money on Mike. You crazy?
I'm gonna put money on Jake Paul.
No, Mike's the underdog.
I know.
So
I'm saying if I had to bet, I would still bet Jake Paul to win the fight.
I'm going with the guy that gave me $100 when I was a little kid.
Oh, well, you gotta go that way. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, my heart with Mike
Mike
Tyson.
was giving out money like it was crazy back in the days. It was ridiculous.
What a great guy. Well, okay. Interesting character. Then we'll leave it at that.
He's a great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Give you $100. Now, here's another interesting heart and wallet. UFC 299 right here. MIA, baby. Sugar, Sean, O'Malley, Irish American, Marlon, Vera, Ecuadorian. Where's your heart? Where's your wallet?
Very interesting. The fan bases. Sugar Sean is really one of the most popular fighters in UFC.
UFC, yeah.
But we are in
South Florida.
Right. And we
Almost
haven't
said South America.
Well, I mean, we're in South Florida where there's a lot of South Americans, and we have a South American that's fighting.
Yes.
Money's on Sugar Sean.
Of course.
Money's on Sugar Sean.
Look,
Heart is with Sugar. My heart's with either one of them. I don't care.
Like I said, I mean, being an Irish American, never could I ever go against another Irish American.
there you go.
But I also, like I said, throughout my whole life, I've had very, very good Ecuadorian friends, not just here in South Florida, but when I was in Wisconsin, even. Not so much in Louisiana, but that's not the point. My dude, Chavi, he is from Quito. But nonetheless, man, my heart got to go with the Irish American, Irish Catholic, Sean O'Malley, and my wallet. Straight up, Sean O'Malley. He had that.
He's a smart one.
He had that broken leg the last time they fought and everything, or he had some type of broken bone that caused him to jump out of the fight. So yeah, should be a fun one. Will it start before midnight is the question, because usually those main events start around midnight because they're out in like Vegas or Abu Dhabi and stuff.
Well, I'm happy that Menu just posted this because it's a good reminder. It'll be very interesting tonight because you lose an hour of partying.
Luckily, we live in a 24-hour city, so you don't really lose an hour. But you gotta
do
get to
lose-
church.
You
Gotta get
do
to
lose-
church
You
tomorrow.
do lose your hour, so if
Gotta
you're,
get
you know,
church.
you do lose an hour. We spring forward.
Clean yourself up.
2 a.m.
At
Sunday
10 a.m.
morning.
coming quicker than usual, or that 9 a.m. or whatever a.m. you go to.
There ain't nothing like. Wait a minute, what happened to that hour?
Oh, I know, man. What's wrong with my phone? Remember back in the day when you actually had to change your clock? Oh man!
you had to
forgot,
manually do
you
it? Oh,
screwed.
yeah.
You were screwed if you. Luckily, you always had that one family member that reminded you incessantly, and you were like, "Oh, you're bothering me." But
Oh,
also,
nothing's
they were
funnier
like,
than like doing everything, your house, your watch, and then you get in your car.
and man, you're trying to drive, you're trying to fix it.
Not even. What if you forget?
Oh yeah.
You know, there's so many things that's on your mind. Like you you might have things on you like a bag, whatever. Students have books. Got to get yourself ready to sit, to drive and everything, and then you forget, and then all of a sudden you look at the time, you're like, wait, I thought I was. Wait, why is it an hour backwards? I thought it was forward.
We're forward.
Oh no, and then all of a sudden you panic yourself and then just didn't realize you just didn't move the clock forward or backwards.
What's also funny is the people that don't think through their excuse. So they show up tomorrow. Let's say they show up late for something. Oh, it's because the time change. It's like,
okay,
wouldn't you be here an hour early if the time change? No, actually, you'd be late. But when it falls back an hour, whenever, I don't know how it works. I don't lie, so I'm not a liar. So
you just lied right now.
I don't know. Nonetheless. So it should be interesting.
That's my favorite word for this year. Nonetheless is my new word for 2024. Nonetheless. We're bringing it back.
Real quick. I know we got a little bit more time.
We got time.
All right, let's take a step into the day spa and just kind of enjoy the world for a second. A woman says she's experiencing postpartum depression because her millionaire husband did not gift her the mansion she wanted following the birth of their first daughter. I guess he doesn't appreciate her, man.
Shut up.
Where do you get up like, I want a mansion? Having a baby.
Yo, women are wild, B. Like their demands and their thinking is crazy sometimes.
I want a mansion for the daughter.
For my daughter.
For me and my daughter.
Now I'll get the daughter a mansion. She could live with me. No.
They're married still. Of course, she's not gonna leave him.
She ain't gonna leave him because yeah.
I do love it, man. When you see dudes balling and they are with someone that they definitely shouldn't be with.
That's love.
That is love.
That's love.
We see it in South Florida all the time. I literally
she signed the contract and knows that he's cheating.
I'm not gonna say where I was because whatever. I'm all over the place, so it doesn't matter. But like I met this two people that were together, and I couldn't tell if it was her dad or if it was her boyfriend. No clue.
Okay.
And then at the end of the night, she said, we've been together for like 7 years. And this is the first time, we played trivia or whatever. I'm just going to say something like that. I was like, number one, so that's your boyfriend. Number two, you can't be older than 30. So you must have been like 23, 24 years old. And he's definitely not 30.
I don't knock it.
What's the oldest you've dated above you and lowest you've dated below you, Vlad? And when I say dated, going out on a date,
I got to think of now the age.
I consider dating just simply going out for drinks and a date with.
Oh, wait, going out with an older person, like going out
Just
to get
going
drinks?
Out, no, and you know what I mean. You're going out with. There's a possibility.
Oh,
because you can go out with drinks and coworkers and stuff, and that doesn't count. There has to be a possibility. Just going out to drinks, food, whatever. One time even. What's the largest gap? Oldest and largest gap youngest?
youngest is 21.
I mean, how old were you at the time? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, I was 36.
36?
36.
Okay, I thought you slurred a little bit there.
No, I was 36.
Okay, and
because it falls down to my theory. I can't date somebody who's I got 2 possessions over.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
It can't be a 2 possession game.
What about oldest? Let's go oldest.
Oldest was 54.
And you were 36?
No.
You on a streak?
I was
what
half her
year.
age.
What a year.
I was half her age.
You wouldn't have believed the year I had it.
I was 27.
Yeah. I did that one time when I was like 24.
And she was what?
I went out for drinks with like a 50-year-old woman. And when you go out with older women, they remind you constantly how old they are. And
no,
kids.
You're right. But then this one, the 54-year-old wasn't that. She was like, nah, she had her
keeping it right.
Her energy was young.
Right,
her energy, her energy was really young. Yeah. It was good.
I think for me, I was like 30, I guess 36, and I went out with like a 23-year-old for a little while.
Wait, Dan, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah. You said you were 36.
Yeah, it was recently.
I'm 10 years older than my cousin, folks. So when he said he was 30, I'm like, wait, what?
No, I'm not 36 now.
Yeah, okay.
Not anymore.
So, oh, wow. Damn, you just turned 37.
I'm getting older, man. I'm getting older in this world. But yeah, so, okay, that's a little bit of the day spot. We got some stuff going on tonight. Are you going to watch UFC 299, Vlad?
Of course. After I leave here, after we do the Canes game, I'm going to go home. I'll
tell you.
Definitely watch UFC. I'll probably watch the Celtics Suns games. That Celtics Sun game. I hope everybody prays for Francis Ngannou.
Is he gonna get murdered?
No, he almost got murdered.
Oh, didn't somebody punch him? And
Anthony Joshua knocked him out. Like he got hit with such a right hand.
Where was the fight at?
This was in Saudi Arabia. Where
so it was a sanctioned fight.
Oh no, it was sanctioned.
Oh, I thought maybe they were just talking.
Oh no.
No.
This was sanctioned. They got paid for it, but Ngannou got paid for his beatdown. But there's a thing when there's a real boxer, and this is funny.
Oh yeah,
this is funny because I've been knocking Anthony Joshua for the longest, thinking he's looks like Tarzan but fights like Jane. But he knocked Ngannou out, like his leg, like when he went backwards. Who's Dan? His leg, you see the leg just folded, and then he just went back.
It's not pretty, man.
It wasn't pretty. I hope he realized he shouldn't be fighting trained professional boxers anymore.
It's good. That's good. Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, I think with that point, when he woke up from the punch, I think he was calling Dana White.
I mean, he's got to have like a terrible concussion and headache. And
did you see the fight?
No, I didn't.
Did you see? No, look at the video. Look it up, and you see the punch that Joshua.
It disturbs me, man. It's too much.
What do you mean? I mean,
I'm about to hit a stout beer. Like I'm gonna second.
Oh, I'm about to hit a stout beer too.
We go to commercial. The Funky Buddha brought some maple bacon coffee porters over, so that's gonna.
I'm gonna try. I cannot understand how they made a beer.
It's so delicious.
With the flavor of maple bacon,
coffee, and
coffee.
Maple bacon coffee porter. Oh man, so
what is a beer? Is it a breakfast beer?
It's a stout, man. It's a full beer.
They should make it a breakfast beer. If you're doing it with coffee, maple, and bacon, it might as well be a breakfast beer.
I'm about to get it in my system the second you hit that next button and we go to commercial. So you don't have to worry about that.
That'll be happening in the next 2.5 minutes.
Oh, 2.5 minutes. Excellent. Tonight, I got no idea. I just have to remember after I hit all these stouts that South Beach and downtown probably not a good option tonight with the UFC fight and the spring break.
Go to Fort Lauderdale, man.
I know, but man, in the past 2 nights I've been at Duffy's in Plantation. It's taking its toll on me. I had a designated driver last night, so I had no worries. But I'm definitely gonna get this beers in me. I've got no plans, man. I really don't. Of course, I got plans to be back here tomorrow with you from noon to I'm gonna be here till 4:45. Then the Heat game, you're gonna be.
I'm here from noon to 4:30 tonight. go next door.
Inter Miami. So other than that,
Yeah, we're slaves,
the
bro.
world's an oyster, man. So I don't know where I'm gonna be. Maybe I'll be in neighborhood dive bars. Bob's your uncle. Maybe I'll go see Giuseppe Nathan.
Giuseppe, what up, man?
No, I haven't seen Giuseppe in forever, so I really need to get out there. I wonder if he's. Never mind. You were supposed to come for the Super Bowl, but I don't.
No,
you know what I mean.
Say less. I know.
There's nothing left for you, Vlad. None for you. None for you.
No.
Maybe next time you come, just let me know in advance. Of course, Duffy's on St. Patrick's Day.
Next Sunday.
Once you get done over here, I want you to swing by. I'm going to be doing the DJ thing and drinking a whole lot of Guinness. And I always drink Guinness, so that's not because it's St. Patrick's Day.
You know what? We should bring some St. Patty's beer next weekend.
I'm down.
We'll have a St. Patty's Day. We'll have a great St. Patty's. A lot of you too.
Yeah, man.
Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Maybe some Two-Door Cinema Club.
Maybe.
They're from Northern. Well, they're from Northern Ireland. I don't know if that counts, but nonetheless, they're coming to South Florida later on this year. I might go check them out too. So we'll have a lot of We'll have a St. Patrick's Day theme. It'll be a shorter show, but it'll be awesome, man. It'll be good. So UFC tonight. Speaking of Irish, now you got to bet on Sean O'Malley, man, because it's almost St. Patrick's Day.
Well, if he was fighting next weekend, I would bet on him. Okay. I'm still gonna bet on him, but I would be nobody wants to lose on there.
That should be fun. We got the Panthers, they're gonna do their thing. We got the Hurricanes, they're about to play on this radio station. Yeah, and then tomorrow we'll get you ready for Inter Miami, the Miami Heat, everything else that's going on that's good. So Vlad, we're excited. It should be good.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we'll be on tomorrow from noon to 4:30/4:45.
Take us out, Vlad, because I did not pay attention to the time when you told me.
For my cousin, Dan Day, this is your boy, Vladimir Lewis. Tune in tomorrow, guys.
560 WQAM.
Later, fools.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass.